Wellity, wellity, wellity. Okay. Hello, hello. Oh man, people are just gonna come streaming in through the shorts feed. It's gonna be so insane. Oh my gosh. Can you believe it? If you do come to hang out, stick around for a sec. We're getting people in. Stay tuned. It's gonna be a good one. Don't frickin' bail on me. All right. Gigi, you can't be here. I'm sorry. You can't be here. Oh, Nelly. All right, well, if you're here, hello, and welcome, 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 and welcome. What's up? All right. For Christ's sake. Give me a sec. Can I do this sick? Yes, I think I can. I think I can. Like the little engine that could, I also think that I can. Okay. Hey, call me now for your free reading. Alright? Let's not get it twisted. Hang on, let me, ooh. Let me add the shorts feeds. Hashtag shorts. That'll work. That'll really boost my channel. Oh boy. Oh boy. Can you see all the people that are about to join? Oh my gosh. Simply from adding shorts to the oh boy. You know? Whatever helps helps. Right? We'll get there in the end. So, if you've noticed, we've upgraded. We've upgraded just a little bit. I was able to figure out how to make this look even more impressive than it did before. And this time I'm doing the base stream on horizontal mode. So if you're joining in vertical on the shorts feed, and because we're going so mystical today, I gotta do the top button, even though I'm sweating like a fucking pig right now. I did say the F word 11 minutes into the stream, so... So just to preface, I am very sick. I may not look it. I may look like my beautiful normal self, but as you can see, I'm glossy as all hell. And, you know, maybe that's something that I have the stars to be thankful for, you know? Why not? So, what are we doing here? Hi! It's Tarot Tuesday. Isn't that crazy? I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. We're back. I'm back. We're back. I'm back. You can be back too. Alright? Everyone's back. We're all back. We're having a good time. Gosh darn it. Alright. I finally was able to get the settings relatively consistent across the board in terms of the actual green screen itself. So yeah. Pretty happy about that. So today, because I have noticed that my metrics take quite a steep decline when I do the stream in the horizontal mode for some reason. I don't know why. I think that's a product of the YouTube's being the way that it is, with algorithms and discovery and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna remain hopeful, but I don't anticipate the influx of viewers that we normally get. So that being the case, this is probably going to be a pretty mellow stream, if you will. Pretty gosh darn mellow. And I'm going to take it easy. I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna lean back in my chair and I'm gonna enjoy myself, all right? So, if you're coming in here and you want a reading, then let's do it, all right? Let me know. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at some. Okay, I need to undo this top button. Whew. Even just that much. I am so influvenated. Oh my gosh. All right. I'll just, nope, I don't need to turn that off. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to turn all that off on the thing. On the flibbity-dibbity. So yeah, if you tune in on YouTube, just go ahead and turn your screen so that you can see everything. That's about the long and short of how you're going to be able to view my beautiful face. What we're also going to do is we're going to put some videos up on the screen that depict things like fortune telling, tarot, divination, things like that. We may even delve back into conspiracy territory once again. But what we're really doing is we're hanging out. We're gonna debump some scammeroonies, and we're gonna see, if we can find them. First of all, I doubt we're not gonna find scammeroonies. All right, guys, you're all up in my space right now. So let's look for, what was I looking for? Let's look for like tarot or like fortune. Let's look for tarot first. All right, tarot card readings. Oh, here's an AI tarot. Here we go.
You need to be very...
Okay. All right, here we go. So, what do I mean? Gosh darn it, what does he mean by scam? Well, tarot is not real. I don't know if you knew this, but tarot is, I mean, it's real. It's a real deck of cards that has real things that you, like, their cards are real. It's images printed on paper that you can, tangibly hold and manipulate and stuff. They're all, I mean, it's beautifully drawn, but it is at the end of the day mostly just paper, right? But people will, like, hold, I guess, hope hostage. And if you're not familiar with cold reading, it is a way to, that's what we could do. Okay, cold reading. Yeah. Psychic. Yeah, psychic reading. Perfect. Oh, the Eternal Tarot comes up. Ooh, okay, perfect. This is exactly what we were looking for. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have this cool, like, spatial mystic background with the devil card on top, right? Because then it's foreboding, and we're gonna leave this up here to serve as like a fun little, like, hey, there's a tarot deck there. Oh, what's that guy doing? You know what I mean? I'm gonna entice people. So if you want a reading, feel free. Go ahead and just ask. I mean, I'm all for it. And I'll give you a reading. I plan on doing a reading at the very end of some of these videos. We're going to do maybe a reading, or a video, and then a reading, and then a video, and then a reading, and so on and so forth like that. But I do plan to do a State of the Union reading for when we get a little closer to then. So maybe like 1 o'clock we'll do one. Just for funsies. Why the hell not? Right? All right, so here we get, oh dear God, here we gizzo. Right? Come on. I just want the videos up. Nope, okay. All right, we'll go down the list one by one, and we'll see how valid each one looks. All right? Let me turn on that window. Ooh, it's a inception. It's an inception window. Go. Oh God. All right. I have her. I have her on the screen. I have her. Alright, gang. Gang, 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 gang. Gang, 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 gang. Alright, guys. Squat up. Here we go. Do you like that? I've got slang from 5 years ago. Locked in. Dialed in. Ready to go.
Message for the collective. The universe has decided if this finds you before March 1st, then this is your prediction reading. Spirit.
I like how you aren't pronouncing basic words correctly. But please do go on.
Shows me that.
Is this... I'm sorry, are you a former model and this is like your deck? Why does it say shocking?
You are going to be receiving shocking news.
Oh, you've made your own tarot deck. I get it. Oh dear. Okay. So, I mean, I guess this would be as good a thing as any to debunk. So, I mean, fuck's sake. Well, let's get to it, okay? Let me just center. Let me just center. Okay, it doesn't want to get centered. Okay, you know what? Shabam! Center to screen. That's right. Screw you. Odds be damned. All right, just like Harrison Ford said, don't ever tell me the odds, Chewie. Or no, punch it, Chewie. Don't ever tell me to punch the odds, Chewie.
You recently have had.
So one of the things that a cold reader will do is post a video to nobody. And it's a really good tactic because it shows, oh, I've got some skill, but it also allows you to employ some of the other sneaky things that people have done over the years to try and convince people to let them hold their hope hostage. And what do I mean when I say holding hope hostage? I know that sounds super weird and like I got some kind of axe to grind. But no, that's not a personal term. That is actually like what happens when you use cold reading to scam people. Hope is a very powerful thing. And when you are selling hope, then you're selling the idea that something that might have absolutely no chance of happening or working out might actually work out or have a chance of working out. And that is fucking sinister. So, I don't know if you guys know this, but the police used to hire psychic detectives. They used to hire people from like third parties, like individual, salespeople who purported to be psychic. And in like the 70s and 80s, psychic activity was just accepted to be a thing. Like nobody was debunking cold reading or anything like that. And James Randi was to a certain extent. He'd been doing this since the 60s, but really his whole deal was, sensationalized incredulity. He was the foil to the Ari Gellers of the world. And who's Ari Geller? You might just look him up. He's a famous quote-unquote psychic who was debunked over and over again by James Randi. Never quite got his career back and died in obscurity. So cold reading is really easy when you're not talking to somebody or when you're not actually having to be accurate with your information. Like, listen to all the broad terms that people use to know, like, to set these things up. If you're hearing this before March 1st, like, come on, man, there's 6 days in between, or not 6 days, it's 4 days, 2 days, no, sorry, 4 days, 5 days, I guess, if you go across midnight into March 1st. But this potentially wasn't even for a personal reading. Go fuck yourself. I just noticed that on her thing. This is like just a thing. Like this is, yo, what's up, Priscilla? How's it going? Adnen. So she says if you see this before March 1st, right? That's so incredibly broad. Like, how can you ever substantiate something like that? There's just no way. Like, you can't say, oh, well, in the next 4 days, something crazy is going to happen, because something crazy happens like every freaking week, right? And if she says you're going to receive shocking news, like, yeah, that's reality right now. Priscilla, what do you mean you see me? I see you. I see you typing in my chat.
Had some sort of trouble and turmoil with your person. There has been an unexpected... With your person. So, you know, I love how nowadays, you know, people don't have to be accurate anymore. Because, oh gosh, you know, we don't deal in binaries anymore, right? Like, fuck you for co-opting progressiveness just to make you lazier. That's such bullshit. Of course you're gonna try and be like, you know what, we're more accepting of the entire gender spectrum these days, so I'm just gonna go ahead and broaden up the readings that I'm giving to millions and billions of people who it may not apply to. That has happened, or you are in no contact with your person. If this is resonating...
See, and it's just so broad. You're gonna encounter a difficulty with your person or someone maybe who may not be talking to anymore like a person.
Click the link in the bio. That's the only way to do a personalized reading with me. That's going to direct you to my link tree. Then you're going to leave a comment down below.
Yeah, hang on. I've got this 13,000 step process that you need to engage with because these platforms create restrictions from people being scammed for things. So I have to make this look as legitimate as possible, like make it sound like I'm selling a course or I'm disseminating an article or something. What a fucking crock, dude. Like, that is so transparently scammy. If someone sends you off of the platform that you're on to send them money, or if they're hiding personal readings behind gates like super chats or like donations, they are fucking scamming you. And I think the only reason why people are so willingly gullible to these things is because they think they can learn these things so they themselves can then go on to scam people. It's not valid. Magic is not real. Okay? Let's just establish that from the fucking get-go. How is this 2 minutes long? And you've already said your sales pitch. I cannot imagine what she could be saying past this.
Spirit is showing me that you are going to have intense intimacy and
what? How did we switch? How did we switch from shocking news to now you're going to experience intense intimacy?
Uniting with your person before March 1st. You are not meant to go into March with this separation with your person. You are going...
So, I mean, this could relate to anybody. Anyone. Cold readers, they'll take what they know about the world at large right now, which is that things are uncertain, things are unstable, things are a little bit chaotic, especially in the US. Like, there's a lot of unpredictability going on, which is what feeds these scammers. Like, it feeds them, it nourishes them, and they want to take advantage of it. My nose, oh my god, is like itching like freaking crazy. So you can say, like, okay, if I read an article today that says that there's a lot of people that are experiencing familial distress right now, you can apply that to your readings and it will make sense to a lot of people because the statistics show that families are going through a lot of trouble right now. You see what I'm saying? Like, so it's just, all you got to do is say something that is so broad that it'll apply to anybody and people will they'll latch on to it, especially people who are like more subject to the art of suggestion or whatever.
Going to be releasing so much past trauma and so many issues between...
So I think we're getting to the part where this is harmful for people. If you're experiencing a mental health a crisis, or if you're experiencing distress inside of a relationship, and you separate from the person, like let's say that you've gotten divorced or that you broke up or whatever, and you stumble across this TikTok, and it's recent, the scars are fresh, and you're still really susceptible to things like peer pressure, psychological pressure, manipulation. And so you're going to go into this either stream or this TikTok video, and you're going to look at this and you're going to be like, holy shit, like, wow, like I just broke up with my person. Again, so sinister underneath how you're co-opting progressive ideology so that you can be more lazy during your readings. That is such a capitalist such a capitalist thing to do. Gosh, you know, you should be running a corporation right now, especially since you've made these like beautiful these beautiful decks for tarot that make it so that you don't have to actually interpret anything. You can just read what the card says and then just make up whatever the fuck you want to go along with it. Yeah. So, you know, super cool. Super cool and totally not a fucking scam.
You and your person. I also see that your significant person is going to be letting
your
go of
significant
someone.
person.
This could be the third party. This could also be friends and family, negative friends and family, because I see that there's been a lot of noise between you and your person. There's somebody that...
Meaning, I've read a lot of articles on Facebook lately that said that, or I've seen a lot of people in my Mommy and Me group on Facebook who are talking about how difficult things are with dealing with their family nowadays. Or she had some a dramatic encounter with a family member or something. Like maybe she's super MAGA and she said a super MAGA thing, and then like people were like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And she's like, oh, I guess I'm experiencing a rift with my significant persons. Perhaps. I mean, I'm just interpreting what she's saying. That's what we do. That's what we do as perceptionists, if I may coin the term. We observe people and we extrapolate the meaning from the things that they're saying. Perceptionists, if you will.
But the chemistry is unbelievable because this is your twin flame. If this is resonating, click the link.
Right. So this may be this may be harmful to people who continue to pursue something that has ended for a good reason, and it could push them into pursuing something that's more unhealthy or more toxic than how it began. And this can actually harm people. There's all kinds of instances where the psychic Sylvia Brown was like called out for not getting her information correct, and she even did hot readings. Like she would do research on the families who would come onto her show before they ever came onto her show, and so she would already know stuff about the families, and she'd still get shit wrong. So it's, I don't know, I think that it's really reckless to try and say like, I know where your missing loved one is. I know whether or not your missing loved one is dead. I can tell you if your dead father forgives you for that past transgression. That's all selling hope. That's all selling peace of mind. And you should never sell peace of mind because that's fucking evil. Just saying, y'all. Man, Priscilla, I really want to know what you were saying. You came in, you said, bruh, I see you, and then dipped out. Don't do that, people. If you're coming in from the shorts feed, at least hang out for a bit. At least hang out and say what's up, you know? And if you are joining from the shorts feed, please feel free to turn your phone sideways. That's how you're going to see the whole picture.
Bio to do a personalized reading, because there is so much compatibility in chemistry between you and your person. You have never felt this before. Your intuition knows not to let go. You've been going through a battle.
This isn't even a tarot reading.
In your mind. Your mind knows if this was anybody else, you would have simply said, no, thank you, I'm good. But your heart knows that this is a relationship like no other. And that's why you have been confused. You haven't been feeling like yourself.
What are you doing?
The answers is going...
What does this even mean? Like, I mean, I guess I could put like single words on each card and then just pull them randomly from the fucking deck and be like, yep, It's going to be shocking. It's going to be confusing. It's going to be intense. There's going to be intimacy. There's going to be chemistry. You've drawn more than 5 cards. This isn't even a standard pull. This isn't even any kind of standard of what tarot is anyway. You're supposed to take a thing that is in the back of your mind. You're supposed to, like, it's, I know that I explain that all the time. I'm going to stop trying to repeat myself when it comes to that. You're just supposed to interpret the meaning. Why am I blurry? Come on. Unblur me. You're supposed to extrapolate meaning from a very general set of circumstances. I guess that'll work. It's a little, the color is a little cold, but I'll forgive it for now.
To be coming to you. You are going to receive so much clarity. If you claim this video, this is going to be happening within the next 24 hours because, like I said in the beginning, I'm starting to get the chills. This is about letting...
Starting to get the chills, huh? Okay. What are I'm trying to figure out what these are supposed to say. Like, this isn't even... What is this? Like... Let me see. Let me see what the fountain card actually says. So this says influences. No. That's not even what that card means.
Letting go of negative influences.
Shocking news. Shocking news, guys. Holy crap.
In your life. This could be in your life or your person's life.
That's why.
A message for the collective.
That's why the light's all fucked up in here. Oh my god. I didn't open the window. Come on. Where's the thing? There we go. Oh, Jesus. There we go. All right. See, I wasn't getting any light from that side, and I was like, why am I just seeing darkness? I see only darkness. Come on, Mr. Focusman. Focus up. There we go. Oh no, my battery's dead. Hang on, let me replace this. Var est my backups. Var est. I also have a blue light laser. I don't know if you knew that. Is it infrared, I think? Or no, ultraviolet. Pretty cool, huh? I'm blind! Does it do it on this one? Come on. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Oh, I'm fucking blind! Like that? I don't know why I thought that was funny. I just feel like it was funny. Where are my batteries? Guys, where are my batteries? Chat. 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 Oh. This is a brand new sleeve. I don't want to break this open. It's a brand new sleeve. If you're just joining on the vertical, please turn your screen to the side so you can see everything. Also, do you like my new green screen setup? I was able to get it to look better than it does. And I'm pretty proud of it. Pretty gosh darn proud of it. Today we are... we're recording in a horizontal, first of all, mostly just because I want to be able to have some kind of clip I can use. And then also we're debunking some scammy scams, and we are rebunking ourselves. I'm bunking the hell out of my own cold reading ability, and we're debunking the hell out of other people's cold reading ability. This isn't even cold reading. She did like 8 pulls so far. She's pulled 8 cards. Most of these cards have not had anything to do with each other or with the actual interpretation of what the cards mean. So, I don't know. I'm assuming, and I don't want to click on the bio, but I have a feeling that if we did click on the bio, we might actually figure out what's going on with this whole thing. Oh, I get it. Do you see? So do you see how you can get your X back and you can remove a hex? Oh, and she'll do a text reading for you. Isn't that so nice? Isn't that like super nice that she'll do that for you? Gosh. I'm just so overcome by how this person is selling fucking hope. It's so wholesome, you know? It's so good to see. Don't get scammed, people. Do not get scammed. Also, just so you know, if you see any other channels on YouTube, like, let me even put that in the title. I'm gonna change the title just a bit, and I'm even gonna put that in. I'm gonna say, specifically, YouTube tarot channels are scamming you. Let's say tarot YouTube. Tarot YouTube is scamming you. There we go. Or I'll say tarot on YouTube. Or let's say tarot streams. And then I'll even put including lives. Or tarot lives. That'll be it. Tarot lives. There we go. Tarot lives are scamming you. Which actually makes them very Christian, if you will. It makes them, like, almost more Christian than a lot of Christians. Which I find to be pretty funny. Hardy har. Hardy har har. But yeah, if, you know, I feel like if you don't want people like this to make money, then get a free reading from me. And because I don't hide it behind any... First of all, I am very, very freely able to admit that tarot is a scam, and that magic doesn't exist. But also, you know, I feel like getting a reading from me, because I tend to pair those readings with an explanation as to how they work as scams. So if you're even just swiping in, and you catch a little bit of that, then at least you'll have some ammunition to prevent being scammed from any unscrupulous salesman from here on. You get what I'm saying? Like, at least you might develop some of the tarot tactics that people use. That's what I offer. And really all I want is just to build a community. You know what I'm saying? So if you believe that tarot can be a scam, and if you believe that there are streams that are promoting these scams, let me know. I might do like a compilation video. I might record some of it later on. But yeah, we'll see.
The universe has decided.
How do you figure out if a psychic medium is actually real?
Okay. Now, I was afraid... Well, wait. There is no such thing as a real psychic medium. Okay, so we've got some friendly fire here, and I don't consider it friendly fire against me. I'm a debunker, if anything else. But I think we've got some friendly fire in the tarot community. I'm going to go ahead... This is 5 minutes long, so I'm going to go ahead and let it play. Please let me know if you want a reading, okay? I'm going to go ahead and put that in text so that nobody has to be reminded. I am still sick, but that is not what I am meaning to put on the screen right now. Let me know if... I don't know why I capitalized that. Let me know if you want a reading from a non-scammer. So it's just vague enough so that people will be like, oh, you're going to say that you're not scamming people either? You know what I'm saying? Like, It'll be one of those things that's easier for people to be like, whoa, wait a second, are you sure you're not scamming people too? You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, we gotta play the game, right? Or I guess we'll keep it in the center here. We'll keep it on the bottom in the center. That works. All right. Also say hi in the chat. What's up? Say hi. What's up? Hello. If you're joining even for a second, at least say hi, but ideally like the video, because then, you know, you don't have to obligate yourself to watching because you've subscribed and you're like, oh, now I gotta watch this guy. If you could just throw a like on the video, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
My name is Amy Bolesky. I'm a professional psychic medium, and I've been trying to understand the afterlife so you don't have to. Never had a session before. How do you find somebody that is legit?
So, there is no afterlife that we've ever been able to measure or observe. We do not know, as a civilization of sentient beings, if there is an afterlife. So you can't claim to be like, oh, well, this person doesn't know what the afterlife is, so I can point you to somebody who does. Absolutely. Because you don't know what the afterlife fucking looks like.
Legit. Go into a few things, and this is probably going to piss some people off, and that's okay. I don't care. Bite me.
No, well, I mean, you should care, because if you're scamming people, that's a bad thing. And that means that people are taking money that they could be spending to feed their kids, to feed themselves, to pay bills, and giving it to you so that you can give them hope for something that you yourself cannot even begin to verify. So you're scamming people. It's just that you're choosing to call out other scammers because they're horning in on your scam.
Number one, do they have reviews? I'm not talking about those.
Holy shit. Now you say, you're about to say I'm hoping that you're going to say I'm not talking about actual reviews, but like from other peers of theirs or people, I don't know what kind of reviews that you could get that would lend legitimacy. Just because a million people follow something means it doesn't mean that it can't still be incorrect.
Piddly little reviews that they have on their little made-up websites.
Right, okay. So you're talking about not the curated reviews, but you should trust the reviews on, like, Yelp. Okay.
Say, like, love the reading, best in the world, Karen. Either number one, made up those reviews, or number two, they came from either verbal or from an email. You're thinking, are the...
What? Verbal or from an email?
Those not legit? No. If I am going to go spend my money with a psychic medium that literally says, I talk to dead people, I can connect you with your loved one, I want it to be unbiased. You need...
What? So you don't like reviews at all? Let me play the whole... I gotta play the rest of this, because I gotta build some bowls, but just... It's gonna be cringy.
To be through a platform that the medium cannot touch and change the reviews on, meaning Google or Yelp. Number two, if they claim they can connect you with your loved ones, if they claim that they said
the two sites that I said you shouldn't trust.
Do they have any places showing you maybe a snippet of a reading, and somebody's gonna go, oh, well, I don't want to put my client out there. Let me tell you, if you do this and you do this well, your client, at least one or two of them is going to say, you know what, use part of my clips.
No!
And if they don't want to use all of it, guess what? You can
not how you verify someone's veracity.
Show people, this is what you do. Because remember, for so many years, we've had these spoofs just lying to us. I know that I've had that happen to me before. And then you get into a session and
then you turn around and go and do it to other people.
They go,
super
either,
cool.
Oh, your dad doesn't want to come through because he's reincarnated. I call bullshit on that. Or number two, I guess...
Because it's not what you want to hear, or you don't believe in reincarnation.
He doesn't want to come through right now. Maybe you're not relaxed enough. I call bullshit on that as well. They need to have something showing that.
So you want them unbiased, but if they don't tell you what you want to hear, it's bullshit. Okay.
They can. Next thing you have to consider is, do they have a lot of followers? How long have they been doing this?
Oh, right, because Jesus Christ never scammed anybody. What the fuck? You don't have to have a lot of followers. And like, I mean, people with very little following are scamming people. Yes, of course. And they come out of the woodwork. Like, I'm sure everybody's done it where you like type in, how do people get, like, what's a good get rich quick scheme into like ChatGPT, right? I'm sure you've done that before. Many people have. And ChatGPT, same thing with like Grok and all those other LLMs, they all have the same fucking answer. Oh, well, you could deliver prophecies, and they could be like really broad and like everyone they could be like relating to every single person in the world, and they're just broad enough, and then you charge for those things. You charge for impressions, and so like all of a sudden, and I'm like, cool, so scam people. And then I move on. But crazy enough, all across social media platforms, I start seeing that there are these, prophecy cards that people are selling now. And like, you can buy my prophecy, sure. Weird. But these people have like hundreds of thousands of followers. So strange. It's almost like scammers will take any opportunity they can to scam people. What? Did it just reset? That was weird. I think I might have accidentally hit the escape key. Why does it have the display view right there? That's so weird. Anywho, fuck, man. I don't know. Let's
if somebody
keep
has
keep
500,000 followers on any of their social media platforms.
Just so you guys know, if you've never been to this stream before, I engage in the cannabis arts, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn the face cam off, just so that I can't be accused of promoting or endorsing, but I am still here, I promise. I'll be back right after that bowl is done.
And they have been talking about this, and they go on shows, and they go on podcasts.
Give me a minute.
They do all these different
I'm still
things.
here on the mic.
And if you go on their website and they can see you tomorrow, within the next
Phase
2
up
weeks,
on the mic.
do you think that they are going to be good? See what I'm saying?
So what this person is doing is a portion of both the community that does this stuff as well as just scammers in general, where you are trying your best to convince people that no other version of this scam is going to work for people except for your version. That's all she's doing. She's trying to do like exclusivity sort of thing, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to assume this person's pronouns. I don't know if it's a he, she, or they.
Next thing is price. If they're not booked out, if they don't have any reviews, if they tell you, honey, I can get you in tomorrow, and they charge you $400.
Okay, so yeah, it's this whole exclusivity thing. Like, the only legitimate psychics to this person are people who are booked out, which means they're super popular, they have a bunch of followers, and that their reviews aren't just on their website. So this person is giving advice for how to find a fucking nanny and describing it as how to find the right fucking psychic. So psychics aren't real, magic doesn't exist, mysticism is not a thing, and you cannot predict the future. So it's insane to me. Insane that you would then go further and double down and try to say which psychics are good and which are not, and then just have a Hollywood mindset about it. Crazy.
I want you to go and light that $400 on fire, because I promise you, you will get about the same quality of reading. And somebody out there is going to go, well, I paid $400 and I got in the next day. How was the session? They said my dad was around and they said he will always love me. Honey,
I seriously almost choked. That was so loud. That scared the living daylights out of me. Whoever subscribed, thank you, Sleepy Incubus. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I feel like I'm gonna... I had to hold in that smoke. The bowl is not cashed. Sleepy incubus, why? Why did you do this to me? Oh dear. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Let's let this video keep playing.
That's fucking fluff. I could tell you that too. I want to know nitty gritty. Remember when you're going through and you're channeling as a medium, you are actually learning a new language. As you understand this language, complexity of how spirits can talk in your brain gets more and more.
To keep it exclusive.
The very beginning of my mediumship, I would get things like, okay,
yeah, I mean, you got to make it sound like it's impossible for any normal person to do. I mean, that's how you get business, right? That's how you get business. That's how you keep your business alive. That's how you keep people interested in your complete fucking scam. And that's just how it works, you know? I got to make this seem like something that nobody could just pick up and do. Then they won't do it. Then they won't pick it up and do it. So this is like a zero-sum scammer. You know, this is the type of person who just really wants to project a sense that of exclusivity, of elite tier membership into the secret society that manages things like psychics and mystics. Still bullshit, but it's like I have the jade egg version of bullshit as opposed to somebody else who's got a sapphire egg version of bullshit, right? I'm at the next tier.
There's a masculine energy here.
There's a really good episode of Frasier that covers this exact thing. And it's all about like how the elite create higher tiers of elitedom in order to separate themselves from people who are just a minuscule fraction less rich or famous than they are. In the episode, Frasier, who has a gentle rivalry with his upstairs neighbor, accidentally receives an invite to a spa that was addressed to the neighbor. And he and his brother steal the invite, and they go in and they observe that this place is really nice. It's a beautiful spa, and they get pampered with treatments that they've never even encountered before. This is the next level to them. This is the plateau of elitedom that they've been wanting to reach their entire lives. They've finally made it. They've finally made it. They are the cream of the crop. They are the ones at the top. They are the ones on the very pinnacle of society. And then, the next day at coffee, they realize, well, there was like a gold door in there. Huh, we should check that out the next time we go. And so they do. They check it out. And when they try to enter that door, they're stopped. And they're told only gold level members can enter this door. I'm so sorry. Do you get it? Do you see what's happening here? So they go and they contact people, everyone they know, to try and find somebody who knows something about this gold door. And finally they do. It's a congressman. And they're like, oh, okay, if I get in with this congressman, I can totally get into that gold door. And so they do. And so they get into the gold door and they're sitting there. They are just feeling like this is the most amazing feeling in their life, like they are enlightened. They are one with the universe. Finally, they've made it. They've ascended even past the top to the very tippy top. Oh shit, is that a platinum door? And so on and so forth. It is just a never-ending repetition of it's a cycle of like one-upsmanship. You know, I have the next best thing, then the person below me, you know, might get that thing. So I've got to create this exclusive bubble that I can live in where they can't get above me. But then the next person also thinks the same thing, and so then they one up the other person, and they're like, okay, now I just have... You get what I'm saying. It's just like a never-ending cycle of one-upsmanship that keeps people putting themselves in proprietary tiers above other people that don't exist. There is no such thing as a psychic. Psychic activity is probably one of the most esoteric things that potentially exist, but we have yet to record psychic phenomena. We have yet to observe psychic phenomena. It just isn't in the cards yet. It just isn't in the cards yet. And it very well could be someday. We might have Red Alert 2 psychic soldiers, you know, if you remember the game, such a fun game. We might have that at some point. But for right now, it's conspiracy theories and Project Montauk and Project Stargate. Why do I keep catching on this cable? I swear to God. I said this last year to anyone who's watching the stream. I don't think people are still watching from back then, but I said this last year that this cord was going to send me over the fucking edge. Don't buy Sony headphones. It comes with like a 5-foot cord. It's not even, that's like 3-foot cable. Why? What the fuck is the point anymore? Why would you, because I'm just always going to carry these on me right next to the phone that I can't even put these in because they don't have the right goddamn jack. We're supposed to be talking about tarot today and this goddamn cord. I told you, I done told you. I told you it was going to happen. And here it is manifesting. I am psychic! Anyway, the point is, there is no such thing as psychic activity. We cannot predict the future, and the people who purport to are lying. And so if you're going to be a liar, calling out other liars for lying less good than you, then you're a special kind of fucking evil person. Let's let them continue.
There is a father energy here. Now when I go through and I channel, because I've learned the language, I can get, this is your dad. Your dad was born in 1968.
You cannot channel dead people. You cannot channel dead people. Now, my guess is if you are booking sessions, meaning you're planning them out for a later date, then you would have to learn personal details about the person, your client, the rube, the mark is a better term. But you'd have to know personal details about them in order to contact them, right? So you'd at least need to know either their email, their number, or their Instagram handle, however they chose to contact you. You can easily extrapolate any bit of information that you want from a person simply by Googling them. And you can very easily just get basic information. Like, okay, it looks like, you know, I found your Facebook, and so your dad. It's clearly your dad. He has all kinds of reposts to you, and he looks like he's having discussions and stuff. That's definitely your dad. Okay, cool. And so, like, you then are... sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once. So you then, like, look at the dad's information, and it says, okay, he was born in 1968. And so then you say, oh, it looks like your dad was born in 1968. You're just remembering details that you've read before. That's actually called a hot reading, which is even more scummy than a cold reading. Cold readings, you actually have to have some amount of... It's more of an entertainment thing, and it can be fun as long as you disclose that nothing that you're saying should be taken as true. That as long... Like, I don't... Like, that's... When I do tarot readings, you know, just a casual mention that you should ask for a tarot reading if you're here. It seems like we're destined to have 0 viewers every time I turn on that horizontal mode. I don't get it, because it's supposed to, it shows up in the shorts view, right? But I don't get random flippers through shorts unless I put it specifically in vertical mode. Like, I have to go back into like Streamlabs and check like that it's supposed to be for the shorts feed. You know, it's just weird. I don't know how YouTube works. I don't think really anybody does. I don't think there's like this elaborate secret code that people can learn that'll tell us how it works. I think we just got to kind of roll with it. Unfortunately. But yeah, let me know if you are here, because I would love to do some readings today. I've got the horizontal mode being recorded for a reason. Gosh darn it. So yeah, let me know. I'm here for it. I would love to. I would love to give a reading, or 2, or 5, or 6. We did a lot on Thursday. We were reading pretty much the entire stream, and I was really thankful for that. Would have been nice to know that was the only time, or the the one time in Blue Moon that it was going to happen. Would have loved to have taken more advantage of that. But let me know. Let me know if you want a reading. We're going to keep trying to laugh at this video. But I'm just scared for people now. And there are plenty of tarot channels on YouTube that are live right now that are actively scamming people. Like, they're asking for money. We could watch a little bit of that. I don't like reacting to live streams on a live stream, though. I feel like that's really redundant. And I don't think there are many people who disagree with me on that.
Dad was buried in a red shirt. Apparently it was a Red Sox shirt. And apparently you ended up taking it off of him and switching
Do you think that using the word apparently makes you sound more legitimate? Because it does not.
it out for a white t-shirt before you pass, because now you have that shirt. You can get those details. Not only why, because I'm learning the...
Ooh, you know what I could do? You know what I could do? Know what I could do? Here, let's go to the YouTube title and let's type in... Oh, this is gonna be good. Let's see if we can live on the shorts feed. Because maybe I just didn't title this thing correctly. Okay, so let's do the right thing here, and let's really rage bait people. Tarot versus Bible. Bigger scam? Or worst scam. Bleh. Right? Or yeah. Tarot versus Bible. Worst scam? Yeah. And then I'll put God, Bible, and witchcraft. Or witch. That works. That looks good. I like that. We'll roll with that. That'll be the title for the rest of the video. Beautiful. I love it. So now we'll see if we actually show up in the shorts feed, because when you make fun of, or not make fun of, but when you like talk shit about the Bible, people tend to get pretty butthurt about that. So we'll see. We shall see. What you're saying is not real.
Language, but number two, because the spirit can say that if you begin to understand how they speak. We need to stop.
I think it's really it's important to state that just the most simple thing ever is true here, and that's if you're making money talking to ghosts, then you should probably go to hell. I mean that figuratively, like, then you go to hell. Like, you go to hell and you die. I don't mean, like, because I don't believe in God. Obviously, I don't believe in a hell. So, I'm not telling you to legitimately go to hell. Don't go to actual literal hell, because that doesn't exist. You'd be in a void of nothingness. What you should do is you should go to hell. You should just go to hell. Okay? Go to hell as a person. It's a scam. Nobody can talk to ghosts. Nobody can talk to dead people. You can't receive vibrations from dead people. You can't tune yourself to a frequency or interpret a language or anything having to do with ghosts. We don't even know that ghosts exist. Again, you're taking an existing framework of pseudoscience and then you're trying to build on that. You have to, if you want a good business. Now this is the old, let me change my hat here. Now I'm putting on my business hat here when I say this, okay? The best way to build a house is by using a stable foundation. Now, I know that sounds like a construction worker to be elementary garbage, and true, but as a metaphor, it's pretty effective when it comes to pretty much anything in life. if you're going to build a business and that business is in the category of businesses that talk to ghosts, I don't think that you have any right to feel like you have an authority or a right to exist, meaning that you shouldn't be able to differentiate yourself from any other entertainer, I guess, is really what I'm trying to say. Just trying to find a more interesting way to say it.
Lowering the bar for all these people, or they need to stop being fucking lazy. If you pay more than $100 for a tarot card reading, I'm going to laugh at you. Remember, there is nothing spiritual about being able to pick up cards and put them down. People that are in tarot are going to come at me and they're going to be like, yes, there is. No, honey, I'm backing you up.
No, you're also scamming people, and you want exclusive rights to scamming people. And so you're trying to delegitimize other scammers. And it's an especially scummy thing to do, which a lot of people do it in the entertainment industry, like in Hollywood. It's pretty common to just like be super cutthroat. Like the person that you were having drinks with even fugging one day can turn around and just usurp a role from you or take a job or from you or something like that. Entirely possible, and I would say too frighteningly common. I don't know anyone in Hollywood. I'm just making a joke, I guess. Is that a joke? It's certainly not funny, like I would hope it would be. Why is my mouse sensitivity is always so low? Always. Always. If you're just joining, welcome. Let me know if you want a reading. My damn wheel on my chair. Please, everything in my life is just a little bit broken. That's so frustrating. It's like getting a paper cut every day. Just every damn day. Just always a paper cut there. Why are we going so hard on the music right now? I just wanted something mellow. Fine. We don't have to have mellow. Why are you hatting on tarot? I'm not hating on tarot. If anything, I'm hating on Christianity. Let's continue to listen to this person's scams.
Because you are the thing that is spiritual. You are the thing that the information is going to come through. And in fact, you are nerfing yourself by saying the only way I can get messages from spirit are by these 52 pieces of paper that are...
There's, I think, something like 60 or 58 or something like that. Can't play copyrighted material here, man. Come on. Otherwise, I don't get to have my stream. You know?
In front of me. You are nerfing yourself and your connection and what you can actually learn. I want you to expand yourself. I want you to stop using those physical items as a crutch. I promise you, you can understand it and you can get better and better.
No, first of all, being a psychic is not a real thing. You can scam people and try to convince them that you're a psychic, but that's not real. Psychic activity has never been proven. It's one of the things, again, that has come the closest to being proven, but we don't fund those programs anymore. But it doesn't matter what kind of scammer you are, whether it's a religious person or a tarot reader or a psychic, it's all scamming. Nobody can talk to dead people. Nobody receives messages from dead people, and you certainly can't speak for dead people. There is no such thing as channeling. Oh my god, I have an eyelash, and it's in my eye. Stop messing with me, eyelash. Billy Eyelash. Billy Eyelash. Spirituality exists in humans because that allows humans to huddle together with shared myths. Yeah, I mean, folklore is important for people because it allows them to explain things in the world that they do not yet understand. That's why, you know, we had to describe the thing that went bump in the night before we, you know, went out and explored and lit up the place, because you want to console yourself that it's something you know, because what you don't know is even scarier, you know?
Better and closer to what it is, and so that way you can enlighten more people. Let's not even talk about the fucking sticks or the frickin' pendulums. Those are all dumb.
Right, so the people who actually took the time to curate and invest money into a focus, a way to channel what they believe is the energy that they're trying to interpret, or to whatever the fuck scammers do. The energy and time that they're putting into curating these physical items is somehow less legitimate than someone who just goes, oh, your father speaks through me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're acting, and they're acting, but they're acting with props. One's more complicated than the other. So take that, non-psychic ass motherfucker.
Shit, all those people that are on live and they're like, no, yes. Do you see their hands move? Do you know when you hold those sticks and you barely, they move? I implore you, go on Amazon and buy those sticks and tell me how easy they are to use. You can get some for $9.99, honey.
Right. So now you're even just going into saying that you're going to expose other scams because they're scams, and this somehow doesn't delegitimize you? I'm gonna throw it out there that maybe it does. Maybe it simultaneously hurts and helps you at the same time. That's a one-to-one wash, as you'd say. It's a sunken cost in the business world. Why am I so out of focus right now? Come on, camera. You're not that old. Okay, you're pretty old. The camera's pretty old. Even the phone that I'm using for the other camera's pretty old. They're both pretty old. Oh no, maybe that's my eyes that are just unfocused. Yep. If your burgeoning society has no shared tenets and identity markers, you can't build social harmony and rise above nihilism and self-gain. Well, one could argue that forming into a civilization in the first place would be how you overcome nihilism and self-gain. That's when you change from the survival imperative to be to group together into the survival imperative being to uphold society's standards, whenever they tend to form. But it's also borderline an argument for racism. So it's I mean, if you follow that to like tribalism, and then you say like shared identity could consist of race color or white skin color, amount of melanin in the skin, because as people branched out, they started getting fairer as they got, you know, more and more north. It could be an argument for racism, and I wouldn't support that. But there are definitely studies that have come out that talk about, you know, how how like in-groups are more paranoid of out-groups because of the higher increase that they perceive to be in crime and community instability. But it's fear. It's fear that's what the conclusion of all those studies is that it's fear of destabilization, not actual. It's not an argument for racism. No, I mean it can be. It can be perverted into one. It's descriptive, not prescriptive. Well, yeah. Evil can win from a game theory lens. For sure, right now we should focus on avoiding scapegoating minorities. Yeah, yeah. I would say that's the direction that society should head in, and not where we've been going. Most deaf. It's been a rough ride, you know, and it can get rougher. Don't get me wrong. It might get more rough. But you know. There might be some hope. out there.
I'm tired of people
Not if people like this are allowed to keep scamming, though.
accepting that level of mediumship. It is so much more. And
You are not a medium. Mediums do not exist.
mind you, everybody can do this. Nobody has a
Nope.
special gift. Nobody is fucking cursed. All of that is crap as well. Don't ever believe that. But what do I know? I've just been doing this forever. I hope this
Oh, so because you've been doing something for a long time, that means it's legitimate. Everything you said was circumstantial. Nothing offers any kind of good advice or proof to anything. I that is insane. Let's see. Does this person have a way to book? Yep, want a session? Jesus. 3.3 million followers. And I what, on Twitch I think I just broke 160? Yep. My god. Do not pay for psychic bullshit. It is not real. It will either, it's like so broad and can apply to anyone that you could either end up, happy or sad. Just kind of based on, what's what. Just don't pay for it. Just don't pay for people to talk to ghosts. If you see it for what it is, as just purely entertainment, then that's totally fine. And I think you can be forgiven for, paying for a psychic. Totally fine. But you really should only see it as entertainment. That's all it is. Nobody's a real psychic. Nobody's a real, tarot cards, they're real, paper and print and stuff, and gilding. That's, yeah, mine's special because it's a gilded deck. All right. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those before. If I may flex a bit. All right. Oh my god. Look at that. Shiny, pretty, beautiful. I have no spiritual component in my brain, so I'm biologically predisposed to not fall for the spiritual stuff. It happens, though, especially when people have recent trauma that they're trying to process. That's so the way that I advertise my readings is I say that, oh Jesus, I'm rolling backwards. Is I say that it's more of a psychological focusing tool for me. It is just a deck of cards, but if I'm pulling up my pants while sitting down, that's what that move was. But it helps me focus, just like doing a journal entry could, just like talking to a therapist could, when they ask, what's been going on this week, or do you have anything to update me on? That's actually them using tools to help you focus on your shit. So that's how I always advertise my readings, is I'm not spiritually doing anything. I'm not connecting to some magical spirit realm or anything. I am just simply helping people focus the thing that they need to be thinking, or focus on the thing that they need to be thinking about. Does that make sense? What is this here? Oh, that's my USB hub. But yeah, so to me, to the reason I have this deck is because I like to help debunk things in real time, because it's fun, and because I think that the artwork is really cool. But also, I have it so that if I ever feel inclined, or if I'm stumped on a problem that I'm trying to deal with, or if I need to focus myself somehow, I'll just flip through, I'll pull a card and I'll look at the reading, and it may apply, it may not, but I'll be introspective, I'll be contemplative, I'll be open to focusing on a thought that comes up the next time it comes up. So to me, I see these as a tool for bringing whatever's dwelling in your subconscious up to the front of your conscious, to the pro-conscious? To the anti-conscious? Whatever. I'm trying to make up a word here, but it brings it into the forefront of your mind so that you can actually work on it in real in your reality right now. But you know, we humans, we like to attach ourselves to things like symbolism and you know, mysticism and the unexplainable and the esoteric because it's funsies, you know. And I think it's when people start taking it serious and when they start basing their hope on these things that it gets really disappointing and concerning. Yeah. Oof. Oof. And this person just sitting there smiling. Like, all the work they've had done, the way that they maintain their appearance, their nails, all this stuff, it's clear that their goal is simply to make money. Scammer. Scam. There should be like I should have a soundboard, you know, that goes like scammed. You know, something like, I don't know. I think it'd be fun. Whatever. Don't judge me. Don't cyberbully me. I was cyberbullied within an inch of my life.
Ants on an ant hill. Welcome.
I'm sorry?
Back to part 2.
I'm almost.
Sorry, English
I'm
is
almost
not
the
my
same
first
height.
language. I am Romanian. There's probably going to be a part 3. I do want to say really quick, this is going to be part 2 and part 3, the last predictions I make for the year. No more predictions after this, and if I feel like it, then I will do predictions.
Then why doesn't it sound like you have an accent? Do Romanians... I'm confused. Don't Romanians, like, have accents? Monica Medium. Make your day. Romanian. Okay. I'll roll with it. I've never actually heard, I guess, a Romanian accent. Have I? No, yeah. That's fucking, Vlad Tepes. Or no, oh, Count Orloff, right? Right? Isn't that how all Romanians sound? Like Count Orloff from Nosferatu? Oh. No? Oh. Really? Oh. Oh, darn. Are you guys sure?
This time, February 2027. Before we start, I want to say this clearly. Prefacing here. I read energy from a bird's eye.
I'm sorry, wait, did you say...
I'm not predicting ants on an ant hill. Welcome back to part 2. Sorry, English is not my first language. I am Romanian. There's probably going to be a part 3. I do want to say really quick, this is going to be part 2 and part 3, the last predictions I make for the year. No more predictions after this, and if I feel like it, then I will do predictions this time, February 20.
So this one and the next one will be the last predictions, but they'll be the last predictions, and then I may have to do more predictions. But if I don't do more predictions, then I'll do some predictions that have, and then I'll do some. It'll be the last ones, but it's the last ones on the list, and then I'll have some more. Okay. I'm already.
I went to a psychic yesterday.
I'm already very tired.
It was very disappointing.
What? Again, you know, I'm going to preface this by saying that, like, psychics are not real. If you're going to one, if you're booking one, then you know that they're going to have all that information on you, and you should expect to just be told what they think you want to hear. And just from the research they do, you may look like a certain, like, type of person who needs a certain type of reading, but they may be mistaken. So it's always entertainment purposes. You should really just view it as such, and don't take them too seriously. Actually, don't take them seriously at all, but I mean, don't listen to me about that. It's really just what you want to believe in. The bottom line is that this shit is just supposed to help you focus, you know, through whatever it is that you're trying to process. That's really all that's all it's for, man. That's all it was for back then. Like back in the Diz-A, when divination was a thing, because you would be having like these financial troubles, you'd be having these real estate troubles, you'd be having very superficial issues, and horoscopes and fortune telling came in super handy because they were always really broad and applied to a wide swath of people. So it didn't have to mean like anything other than you will get money soon. You know what I'm saying? what's bad about psychic quacks? Well, they sell hope. As I described a little bit earlier, it's really bad to tell someone that I can, find your missing loved one. I can help you find someone in the spirit realm who can potentially forgive you for, someone or for some transgression in the past. Like, you're selling hope. You're selling the idea that you might be a connection between them and something that's like unfinished business, And plus it's scummy, it's evil. Worst case for tarot? What do you mean worst case for tarot?
Didn't get any insight about my future. She just guessed a bunch of things about me, hoping I would say yes, but they were all wrong. I'm gonna read some of the things.
So it was a bad cold reading. They're not good at what they think they're good at. Not every reading is a hit. I just happen to be like good at deflecting responsibility. So when I do a reading, it's always correct, always 100%. So I don't worry about it. But maybe that psychic does. Because I'm psychic, right? I hate physics, but my brain has no spirituality, so I don't know where the line is drawn. At what we can prove?
That she asked me. Do you have a cat? I said no.
Do you have a
pets?
cat?
No.
So I was at the state fair and got a psychic reading from someone in a tent. and they started out the session by saying, "Do you have a cat?" Christ. So I'm I'm guessing that she was just being really difficult. Why would you then, like, I don't know, why would you descend into, do you have a cat?
Do you have a male that you were very close to that passed away and it was like very hard for you? No. Then she was like asking me more questions about my life, like not looking at the cards. She also pulled like 30 cards. I don't think that's normal. Like, she pulled half the deck. Then, like, she's asking about my life. She finds out I have a boyfriend, so she uses that to guess more things. She asked me, what's his zodiac sign? What's your zodiac sign? When she's looking at the cards, she goes, I see that he's very intelligent. Is he taking classes right now? Is he getting a degree?
Okay, so clearly this person was a substitute. Was like a absolute, like, did not know what they were doing and was asked to fill in for somebody else that day. And so they just, like... One of your friends' names has an A or E in it. Yep. I'm thinking of a person who may have passed within the last 3 to 15 years with first name R, J, T, C maybe, or an M. All the most common names. J, a J. It's very unrelated music to what we're doing right now,
when we
but
first started seeing each other, were you not too sure about him? And I was like, no. She asked me if I have a big vacation planned. I said no. Well, I'm seeing that you're gonna have like a fun opportunity to come up, and I think you should definitely go. It's gonna be a fun trip. Like, as if I don't go on vacations. She also kept contradicting herself because she was pulling so many cards. So like, she would pull one and then the next one would contradict it. Like, she was like, oh, I'm sensing that you went through a really hard time, like in a relationship, and you're still holding on to it, but you need to move on and let go of that. Does that resonate with you? And I was like, no. Then she flips another card a few minutes later and she was like, oh, I'm seeing that you don't let the past get to you. You move on from the past completely fine because you know you can't change it.
yeah, I mean, she really was just trying to like backtrack and redirect, and this rube was not a rube and would not let them do the thing, you know. I can't put on copyrighted music, just so you know. Anything that's copyrighted, I cannot put on. This is all domain free, or free domain music.
You're strong and you move on. You don't hold things, but like, so I'm like, you just said the opposite of what you just told me. And also she was like, oh, you're in the right career path. This is the career path for you. That was the closest inkling to insight about the future. But then a few minutes later, she pulls another card and she was like, yeah, so I'm seeing that like you could try different options for a job, like maybe teaching, social work, like you can try a different job. Maybe you'll go back to school and get a master's degree, and that way you can help more people. And I already have a master's degree. So basically, she just told me things I already know, like the things she...
Yeah, again, for psychics, it's... I mean, I don't think that you're supposed to be able to tell the future. I think that's a misconception. I think you're supposed to be able to extrapolate what might happen in the future if you're able to get a good reading on the person. But again, it's all scams. So like, how do you pick out what's supposed to be like the most possible believable thing versus what's clearly fake? And it's obvious that if a person is going to just be like bombarding you with questions, that they probably don't know what they're doing. It really is just entertainment, I think, in that setting. But if you like called someone and paid like hundreds of dollars and stuff, and then you like went and did this thing, then Psyche? No, don't know what that is. I am an American, so if that's outside of this country, then I don't know what it is. But yeah, I think if you actually went to a place to get this done, like a lot of these people don't put a lot of effort into it. A lot of these people just have a table set up at craft fairs and flea markets. Like they really aren't going out and like buying a bunch of equipment so they can research people. They're not upgrading their like computers and shit. Like they make $35 a pop for the most part. You know, like it's not lucrative scamming people unless you have enough power that you're running the country. Then you can just scam people for like billions. Have you watched the show The Mentalist? No, I have not. I also don't like network stuff, you know. I'm not a big fan of network programming. I actually haven't had basic cable. Is that still basic cable? For gosh, damn near 20 years now.
Wasn't guessing were very general statements saying like, oh, you're a nice person.
Well, this
you're
is
smart, you're
that's
empathetic,
just
you're
cold
emotional.
readings.
But at this
fortune
point, she
telling.
already knew that I was a
In
Cancer
general.
zodiac sign. So she's just saying quality.
Hey, Helmet, I am not feeling better, but I am recovering. So that's what's important.
That a Cancer has, and guessing it about myself.
Well, I mean, there are no real good psychic shows because psychics aren't a thing. It's just going to look like cold reading to me, and I'm going to be bored. I've seen Psych, but that's about psychology, and he's pretending to be psychic, right? So he's highly perceptive, and he's trying to sell that he is a psychic by doing what I'm doing, basically, which is you're wading into the demon's den to sup from his table. But you do not give the demon any quarter. Why am I descending into this? Don't know why I'm putting a character on it. Not supposed to be a thing. There are no good psychic shows. Bro with no ball knowledge? Of ball? Of basketball? What I mean to say, or what I meant to say, is that I don't, and plus, taste is subjective, you asshole. I don't like a lot of the psychic shows because a lot of it is just cold reading. And I know that it's cold reading because I know that psychics don't actually exist. So I find those shows boring because they try to sensationalize it like, oh, there's a spark that maybe psychic people do exist. But that's not a, it's boring. Like if it's got, I think, and plus network shows, they're all just badly written. Man, like, I don't like network shows, man. I don't actually watch TV. Most of the stuff, like 99.9% of stuff that I watch is YouTube's, and it's usually educational shit. I am a nerd, like through and through. I am a full 100% nerd. I usually watch things that are based on comic books or educational in nature. And if it's educational, it's typically having to do with like bugs, animals, religion, biology, psychology, theology, all the things that I discuss on here. That is just what I consume normally. So, yeah, maybe that makes me a nerd, but you know what? A nerd be I. And then I actually go outside, and then I do things in my neighborhood, and I engage in my community, and I go out for beers with friends and stuff. So, you know, I try to be as balanced as possible, and I am not perpetually online. And I mean, maybe if I started making money doing this, then I would be online a lot more. But I think having a healthy balance with that shit is important, and so I don't catch what's hot when it's hot, you know. When I started humming K-pop Demon Hunters tunes, it wasn't until 6 months ago. So I missed the boat on quite a lot, except for young fam speak, right? I'm a baddie. I'm a baddie. I think that's a thing. 6'7". You do that. 6'7". I did it. Did I do it right? I did it right. I think I did it right. Also, my friend's daughter, who's 9 years old, told me that there's a thing called 42. Which I don't know why we're just saying numbers now. Is this really what meme culture has descended into? Like now we're just like saying numbers. Meme number 12, 13, 12. Ha 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 ha. I will reply with meme number 65J82. Ha 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 ha. You troll. Right? I thought that was entertaining. Anywho, back to the scams.
If you are coming across...
No, not this lady again.
No! Facing some serious charges and prison time.
Oh gosh, it's almost like scams. The new number is 61. She did mention 61, but I thought she was trying to make a dirty joke. Because she eventually said 69, and I didn't hear 61 anymore. And I was like, hey, come on. That's low-hanging fruit, man. Like you don't have to do that anymore. Like you that's not a good joke. That's a bad joke. That's come on. That's like what TV shows do. All right.
I hope you are ready to relocate, because I'm saying that.
Gosh darn it, I didn't even update my visa. You know? No, Helmet, we're old. It's not like that anymore. Now people are just shouting numbers at each other. I did hear that 42 was a thing. So I don't know if maybe it's like a local thing. I don't know, but she said 42. I know she said 42. I hate that I remember this. But she said 61, and then she was like, and 69. And I was like, you can't be saying that shit. Okay? Like, at the very least, not in front of me and your mom. Like, at least don't tell us that you've been corrupted. Go off and just be corrupted with your friends. Okay? You don't need to let us know. Like, don't start shouting out numbers that depict sexual acts in front of your parents. You know? Even if they're cool parents, those don't exist. Or those are bad parents. How is shouting numbers funny? I don't know. I don't know. 6'7" is funny. So was the S back in the day. Right? You remember the S? The 3 lines, and then the 3 lines, and then you connect the lines, and then you do the little slants on like grid paper and stuff. Everyone thought it was funny because the adults were getting like, they had no idea. They were like, what does this even mean? What are you kids doing? You know? And it was funny, and so people put it on t-shirts. They put it on skateboards. They put it on like guitars, I guess. I don't know. Fuck. No, we didn't come up with 69, Coffee. We did not come up with 69. 69 is from like the 1920s, dude. Like it was around since like World War I. I wouldn't, don't attribute that to us. I'm from the era of the Afghanistan War, okay? Not from World War I, all right? There is a very large distinction between those generations, okay? I'm not that old. I am old, but I'm not that old. You guys ran it through the ground. You know why? You know why we had to come up with a term for it, right? Because everyone was doing it. I mean, not me. At least not before I was of legal age of consent. And with a consenting partner. Alright? Never without. And never in a excessive or unbalanced way. Alright? Ching, ching, straight edge. Yeah. What?
Someone is about to get
Anyway, I hope you're ready to relocate.
a new home. So it looks like someone might be considering moving out of state right now.
Oh my god. Success through creative expression. So if you're dropping your video at a certain time of year and you're not really talking to anyone specifically, it's very, very easy to just say anything that happens commonly that time of year. Let's say you've got, I don't know, a sister or a kid who's like going into a new season in school, like it's their new school year, yay. Well, okay, I know that people are going to be moving, right? Because the college semester starts soon. So I know that people are going to be moving into the area. And since I'll tag the area, it'll really hit those people who are considering moving or who are moving into the area. So, you know, it'll be great for them psychic predictions. What? I hit Alt. I didn't mean to do that.
It looks like someone is
French origin,
getting a new home or maybe
oh
moving
my
to a new
god,
location. But I do see some type of
1888
transformation happening.
So it was them Europeans. Very much. See, I was a little bit off, but I almost had the right era. I was more of a Depression era, World War I era, when I needed to be in Gold Rush era. Okay. Them French, you know, they were doing all kinds of things. And especially or at the for the sake of shaving, or at the at the sacrifice of shaving. Which is fine, you know, have body hair if you want. Shit. I mean, these days people don't care as much, but it was definitely a faux pas for people traveling to France.
That's going to cause a relocation. Now, you could be feeling like you
have
like
going
a
to school?
magnetic attraction towards a certain place or towards a certain location.
Oh, like where you're going to school or where you're moving?
Like you want to move to this one specific place that you feel like you're going to have a lot of good luck, or
like where you're going to school, where you're getting an education, you're going to get smarter.
Maybe you feel like you're just energetically aligned with this place. Now, there's something here about that being your...
Because you're moving away, because maybe your kids are going to college or something like that. When was this posted? How can we tell? Oh, 16 hours ago. What is the date? What time of year is this? Oh my god, I don't even know what month we're in. I am still... See, like... My brain is still a little fried because I am still inundated with the flu. I'm still ready to give readings, so fuck's sake, guys. Where are all the people who want the readings? Huh? Where are they? Where'd they disappear to? Huh? See the millennials yapping about 69 for 20 minutes straight. Can't write this up. What? I didn't talk about it at all until Helmet mentioned it. Again. Yeesh.
Life path, okay? Because I'm getting that this is a reading for someone that is very creative.
I actually just spent the last 20 minutes talking about how people, well, 10 minutes maybe, how people like move into areas. This is another part of cold reading. You know, you're just saying, you're taking a look. What is it? March now. When do schools like go off on Or when do semesters start? I don't remember. It's not that I don't remember. I never went to college, so. Okay, it doesn't really give me a location. When do colleges start? Is there... Oh yeah, it is later in the year. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what demographic they could be talking about here. Anywho, it's just so broad and so general that it really could apply to pretty much anyone, honestly.
Very sharp-witted and charming, but it looks like your success is going to come through some type of creative expression. So being an individual is going to be very important because it looks like you're going to get your break off of social media. Okay, so someone's going to see something that you do on social media.
Yeah, it's not super common that a person browsing TikTok might also be a TikToker. Yeah, so not common, so not a thing that fellow content creators do is check out content creators all day long. No, absolutely not. Come on.
Media, and that's where you're gonna really just kind of take off. You're gonna like spark a flame somewhere. Okay, but it looks like you're gonna be achieving great things.
Fun fact, this kind of demographic based targeting is what tech companies like Google's use for targeted ads. This is how they built those algorithms. I mean, it ain't that crazy. Let's look at stars, live wallpaper, 8K, 4K. Let's look at that one. It's got to be a fun, mystical compliment. Compliment to mystical stuff. Oh! That was cool, right? It really does just look like an old screensaver, doesn't it? Alright, let's get, maybe like... Instead of a galaxy, let's do like a castle fantasy. Oh, those are all words that don't look good. That don't look like they make any sense. How about an old castle library. Oh god, it's loud. Welcome to my study. There you go. Tom McDonald's music. I don't know. McDonald's drive-thru? Welcome to McDonald's drive-thru. May I help you? Welcome. There we go. As you can see, there's a lovely view of the Carpathian Mountains out the back of on my terrace. Although I do have 2 modern couches. I'm not sure what time period this is in. But I'm happy to be here. Back in time. Sometime. Somewhere. Happy to be here. If you're just joining, let me know if you want a reading. Actually, I have that floating in the text, so I guess I don't need to announce that.
I see a lot of abundance here, and your purpose is to leave a legacy of some kind. So you are meant to
He's
live
Canadian and supports MAGA, which is already a red flag. I recommend his song Charlie. Well, let's look at the lyrics here. What's his name? Tom McDonald. Is he the one that did the, oh no, he's a rapper. Oh dear. Oh, Charlie Kirk. I get it. I get it. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah. Shot down and he was barely 31. Right? Another woke coward took a life with a gun. Really, woke just means that you're aware of social injustices and hope to change them. But good job perverting that into all that shit. He left behind a wife and a daughter and a son who... The wife just real quickly went on tour. Right after he died. Made, what, like $250,000 on merch sales alone? She was laughing about it. Super happy. I'm so tired of the hatred and the narratives that the right uses to propagandize and diminish the social standing of the left? The patriots ain't dangerous, J6. Woke people are the terrorists. No record of that. I mean, one person who was disturbed decided to kill someone. They weren't expressing an agenda other than their own. Brings a tear to your eye. Okay. Several songs in my life have made me cry, but I do not count any political propaganda among them. But you do you, I suppose. They shot and killed the father. I don't know who the fuck you're talking about. Sent a message. Oh, Charlie. But the father? Sent a message to Americans. They ain't gonna stop until they bury us. Bury who? You know that the right is in power here, right? Trump's admin is the one that's in power. So why do you guys always act like you're getting persecuted? That's really fucking weird. Dear Charlie, that's not very masculine. I don't know if you can see us now, but if heaven has a window... I sure hope you're looking down. So, Charlie gets to be up there with Hitler and Mussolini and every Catholic pope who touched a kid. And, I mean, all the Crusaders, the Knights Templar. I mean, so all the most evil people in history you get to party with in heaven. Super cool. Super, super cool. I don't know if I'd want to party with it. I think maybe I'd prefer hell. You know? Eternal torture. Just so that I don't have to put up with listening to Hitler and all the bad people talking about how they get to be rewarded for being shitty. I don't think I'm into that. I don't think I want that. I think you know, I'm happy to not be like that. Heaven has clear windows in every bathroom so God can spy on you. Well, it's actually, the walls are clear as well. It is really just a glass house, which is very fitting, I would say. You're losing the lyrical nuance. There is no lyrical nuance. This guy is just straight up flooding you with propaganda. Where's the nuance? Is there some nuance that I'm supposed to take away from? Shot down and he was barely 31. Another woke coward took a life with a gun. He left behind a wife and a daughter and a son. All he did was try to speak for all of us. Is there nuance? It seems like he was shot down at 31. That it seems like a woke coward took a life with a gun. And that he left behind a daughter and a son and a wife. And that he was a staunch public figure. I'm sorry, is there nuance to that? Is there more nuance I'm not picking up? Is there nuance? Is there some nuance? No? Oh, okay. You maybe don't know what the word nuance means? I'd look it up. You know? Just do a little bit, just do a little cursory glance at the definition of what nuance means. Just a little, you know, just for shits and giggles, right? Just for the hell of it. Just for funsies. You know? Why don't you just look up the dictionary definition of the word nuance? Just before you say anything else. You know? Just a quick recommendation. Just a friendly little how about ya? You know? Just a friendly little why don't ya? You know? Bohemian Rhapsody? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What the fuck did you just say? I'm gonna prove you so wrong right the fuck now. Are you serious? Wow, dude. Alright, okay, let's compare the two. Shot down and he was barely 31. Another woke coward with a life took a gun. He left behind a wife and a daughter and a son. All he did was try to speak for us. Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide. No escape from reality. Open your eyes. Look up to the skies and see. I'm just a poor boy. I need no sympathy. Because I'm easy come, easy go. Little high, little low. Any way the wind blows. Doesn't really matter to me. To me. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking stupid? Like, why would you put a MAGA rapper up against one of the best singer-songwriters of all fucking time? I am so confused why you think that is in any way comparable. Why don't we just go verse by verse? Canadian? I could give a shit less where he was born. Hating on him because he's Canadian. Oh, man. I could give a shit less about Canadians, man. I don't give a shit if you're American. I can hate you if you're American. What the fuck? I'm just so tired of the hatred and the narratives. The patriots ain't dangerous. Woke people are the terrorists. They shot and killed the father, sent a message to Americans. They ain't gonna stop us until they bury us. Where the fuck is the nuance? Where's the nuance? Oh, let's go second verse of Bohemian Rhapsody. How about? Mama just killed a man. Put a gun against his head. Pulled my trigger and now he's dead. Mama, life had just begun. But now I've gone and thrown it all away. Mama, oh, didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm not back again this time tomorrow, carry on. Carry on as if nothing really matters. Could it be that maybe we're, alluding to the fact that maybe there's some existentialism to existence and how, in the end, we are really all just blowing in the wind. We are all just like dust in the wind, to quote another song. Could it be that, maybe there's a narrative to follow here? Maybe there's an ongoing narrative that's been present through some of the other parts of the album. Maybe even an album's long story that's being told. I don't know. You can't get it since you didn't hear that song, Charlie, It Makes Your Heart Lighter. I mean, given the fact that Charlie Kirk was a terrible, terrible, terrible person, I don't revel in his death, but I certainly am not broken up about it. At least not anymore. I mean, I really wasn't in the first place, but certainly not anymore. His wife and son and daughter are doing just fine. I mean, you've seen recent pictures of them, I'm sure. They are doing just fine. And the person who killed him, I believe, is in jail and is going to stand trial and probably going to spend life in prison. There you go. Justice done. Open and shut. It's a tragedy, but so is the killing of Renee Good, and so is the killing of Alex Preddy. And now we're figuring out that someone else has died as a result of ICE agents. And did you see that the woman... He's looking up at us smiling. Well, I hope he's not in hell. If I just said, God damn it, Coffee, if I just said that I want to go to hell, I don't want to hang out with Charlie Kirk. I want him to be up in heaven, because I'm not religious, so if hell happens to be real and I end up going to hell, I don't want to see Charlie fucking Kirk. Of course, that would be my personal hell. It would be one of my personal hells, being locked in a domain with any of those fucking monsters. That could be it, That could be what happens. I could end up going to hell, and Charlie Kirk could be fucking standing there. And the first thing he could say to me was, the Civil Rights Act was a mistake. And then I'll be like, I swear to God, if I'm dead, maybe I've died horribly, like all the flesh is ripped off of one side of my body, and I've got burn scars all over, and I'm just standing there, and I am like, I'm in hell. I'm like, oh, so hell's real. And then the first thing I hear is the Civil Rights Act was our biggest mistake. I'm just going to go like this. Yep. Okay. All right. Yeah. There you go. And then I would just walk up and be like, all right, I'm here. Let's do this. I accept it. It makes sense.
The highest quality of life available. So you could have been going through a lot of just different obstacles that have kind of been making you feel like maybe a little bit defeated, and you've just kind of just kept going. Like you've been very persistent in something.
Yeah, totally not super general or anything. Totally not applicable to literally everybody.
But you are supposed to live a very high quality life, and I see that coming in now.
Yeah, Helmet, I was watching a documentary on Jehovah's Witnesses earlier, and like, fuck, man, them talking about Revelation is so fucking weird. They believe that they're the locusts from Revelation. They believe that they're the ones with the scorpion tails and faces of men and hair of women. Really crazy. Really crazy. But very cool.
There's some type of transition that had to happen. So it's like something had to end in order for you to get this thing that you wanted to manifest, okay?
What? That's so general.
Okay, so
every beginning has an end, and you're seeing one or the both of them.
Your environment wasn't conducive to what your goals are, okay? Or maybe the place that you live, like the city or...
Well, yeah, I mean, if you look at John on Patmos, there was nothing to do. It's an island where potentially he had like a herd of goats, maybe, that he was fugging or something. Or he had like, I don't know, a coop of chickens that he was also probably fugging. I don't know. Maybe a donkey that he was fugging. But aside from that, there's really nothing to do there. There was just like, is Patmos, do you think Patmos is searchable? Is that a place? Is that even a real place? Yeah, it's a thing. So, I mean, shit, man. Like, do you see how fucking tiny? Oh, you can't see it. See how fucking tiny that thing is? Look at that thing. Like this is Greece? No, this is Greece, right? It was all the way down. Where'd it go? I lost it. You know what I mean. Where'd it go? Ah, whatever. So Patmos is like not a place you want to be. He was hugging the goats really hard. Oh yeah, he was training them for very specific things. But yeah, Patmos was tiny, and so all he really had to do was, because you know they had psychedelics back then. There was a portion of the Bible where it says God feeds him a scroll, and he eats it. I feel like that could be like a primitive form of LSD, or he was like forming something into a poultice, you know? Like you get, it's hallucinogens and boredom. And he even said that he meditated at the top of a rock pile. And if you go that long without good sustenance, if you are sleep deprived, if you are trying to achieve gnosis or doing rituals or whatever you know, heretics do, then you're going to start hallucinating and having like visions and stuff. That's just biology. Like your brain starts firing all out different kinds of weird ways. Yeah. You start seeing the inner workings of the universe. And so having horrific revelations of how time is going to end would not be discounted among those.
The state that you live in, or maybe it could even be
somebody asked for a reading.
Family, the loved ones, the love that you have. Any of those things could be
Flagship
kind of blocking. So it looks like there's something that has to come to an end in order for you to move towards this great abundance that...
She just repeated herself. She just said the same thing twice. Do you think Nietzsche was right that he said that the death of God in society is going to bring a period of calamity? I mean, if you can explain that for me. Let me read that. I don't know how to spell Nietzsche. I mean, I know you spell it out, but I'm just gonna spell it phonetically. Here we go. No, give me the whole... Is that it? Is it just God is dead? Give me the whole thing. Oh, here we go. God is dead, God remains dead, and we have killed him. How shall we comfort ourselves? The murderer, the murderers of all murderers. What was the holiest and mightiest of all that world, and yet owned, Jesus Christ, and yet owned is bled to death under our knives? Who will wipe this blood off of us? What water is there for us to clean ourselves? What festivals of atonement? What sacred games shall we have to invent? What is it supposed to mean? Because, I don't know. I feel like the interpretation that I make here is that he's self-flagellating for society removing God, which I think he believes is the erosion of basic tenets of life, which is not how things work, really. So take tipping, for example, right? I want tipping to end because I want staff members to get paid a fair wage, and I want owners to stop cutting corners and to own up to their responsibility in paying staff a fair wage. I think if we got rid of tipping, then we would have more rigid systems that protect staff members from opportunistic owners. But you can't just eliminate tipping. You can't just be God and wave a wand and then say tipping is gone. It doesn't. That will never, ever, ever happen. It is an institution that's like over 100 years old, and it will always be, at least in some form, in American culture. And I would love for it to go away, but that's not a thing, you know. He's saying once society figures out God doesn't exist, it'll lead to moral decay. Yeah, that's kind of how I extrapolated. But I don't know. I don't even really know who Nietzsche is. I know that he was a modern philosopher, but I also believe, I don't know what he was other than a modern philosopher. But I also believe that we shouldn't appeal to authority, you know, in a lot of cases, especially when it's sort of like out-of-date information. I think that we should look to the people who are creating like emergent novel documents and studies that have to do with how society's evolving, rather than going like, oh, you believe in Darwinian evolution. Well, Darwin didn't really know much about evolution, and he certainly didn't know what we know now. So I certainly wouldn't hinge my beliefs of evolution on a fallacy like appealing to authority, especially not to Darwin. So, yeah, I feel like we need to start figuring out new pillars of society to start hinging our beliefs upon. And I did mean to say believes as a joke, but it sounds like it was a mistake. Screw you! Stop cyberbullying me!
You're receiving, because you've been manifesting a lot. Okay, you've been asking the universe to kind of...
Oh, now you're using young people speak. You've been manifesting a lot. Do you even fucking know what that means? The word manifesting comes from The Secret, or I guess you could say hermetic practices. So like the left-hand path. People don't call it the left-hand path. Telma. People don't call it Telma. Worshippers of Set. Nobody calls it the Worshippers of Set anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like fringe sects of offshoots of occult/religion. I'm not saying he's right. I just think it's worth thinking about. Okay. I don't. How does, again, as a person who doesn't spend all his time online, who is going to finish this stream, in an hour or two, and then walk his dog to the local pub and slam a few beers, and then come home and cook dinner and spend the evening with his wife while we watch, I think it's The Burbs that she's been watching. That's the 1% of my time that I spend not in my office. But like, why is that something that I would think about in any of those circumstances? Why do I give a shit that the erasure of God, just so you know, Christianity is the most prevalent religion in America, and that isn't going to change in even the next 100 years. So I don't know why we would even assume that God is leaving us somehow. God has left society in America. God is somehow not part of our fucking systemic everything. Sure. But that's the point that I was trying to make with tipping, is that you can say God is dead and that God is leaving, but that's not true. It's never been true. Persecution complexes are absolutely a thing. It's fun philosophy. No bit of philosophy is fun. It's all boring. Nothing can be determined with philosophy that you can't also either debunk with philosophy or with science or prove with science. It's boring. I don't like it. Or at least not in terms of like stuff that's like trying to reinforce things that are debunked, like God. Like if you try to use philosophy to prove God, that's a red flag to me. I don't care about philosophy, you know? It just has no impact on my daily life.
A heads up, a leg up.
People did that out of an abundance of free time. And it didn't really prove much, right? Astrology, divination, mysticism, ritualism, paganism, all of those things came out of an abundance of boredom, all right? And an inability to explain the mysteries, of the universe. So it's largely, I would say, unhelpful. But you do you, man. More than welcome.
On something, and it's time for you to take some type of adventure, because whatever it is, you had to kind of live and learn through that experience. So you had to go through that experience to learn something. It's like if you had not taken that opportunity, or if you had not done that thing, then you would have always questioned, like, well, what if I would have stayed with this person, or what if I would have, so it's like you had to go through something. You had to experience whatever that thing is so that you can move on from.
Philosophy didn't prove much. Oh my lord, have you heard of Plato? Yeah, I have.
From it, and you can know better in life.
I didn't say that philosophy never proved anything. I'm saying that in the modern discourse, philosophy can either prove or disprove whatever the fuck you want it to. And so therefore, I don't think it's very useful these days, during our lives, in reality, to concentrate on philosophy.
It's like you had to live and learn through that. Now I'm also getting that someone could be getting some new money. Now this looks like it could be an inheritance. Okay. It could be a return on an investment. You might even just get lucky with something.
So in general, you're just going to be fortunate and you're going to have a windfall of cash. Gosh, I feel like perhaps that's something I might have heard one or about a million times already. Weird how that kind of is just really general, and how you're just saying it out of the side of your mouth. Cool.
Do see some money that's coming in,
right?
And there could be a parental figure or someone that may have some type of addiction
50-50 chance
that's going to want to fight you on that, because this money is going to bring a lot of happiness.
So you mean like when a person gets an inheritance or something, like the family's always totally happy with everything they get? Sure. There's never any infighting? Sure, totally. I mean, this would prove that you're a psychic if this comes true. It totally just doesn't sound super generic and applicable to pretty much every single fucking person on the planet. Absolutely. No family's ever experienced drama.
Wish fulfillment for you. And it looks like either a parental figure or someone that has some type of addiction.
Yeah, that's fair, but I think moral philosophy has a lot of real-life applications. See, now we're getting into this you're trying to prove God thing. And because all the stuff that you've said are stepping stones onto trying to prove God. Which is, I don't know if you think that this is a debate channel, but you're doing a real long seduction here. I wish you'd just fug me already and get it over with, okay? There is morality in nature. You see, and it's still subjective in a sense, but we can't determine what it means. It really is just what animals and other, what other life forms believe is important. Well, Coffee, you're going down a path that leads there, right? You say that the death of God leads to a collapse of some moral grounding in life, and you say how getting together means that you need a shared identity, religion. Yeah, it really seems like you're on the path of trying to prove God. You know, you're just taking a real long time to get there. I'm not stupid, man. I promise. I promise to you. Either that, or you've just been brainwashed, and this is how you interact with people, which I would encourage that you find a different way. We're not even like talking about religion right now. Wait, yeah, we are. Sorry, I forgot what my own title was. That's on me. That's my bad. I wasn't talking about God. I was talking about scams.
Is going to want to fight you on the money that you are receiving. So this could be like.
And I mean, hey, Christianity, one of the biggest scams of all. So there you go. We've dovetailed nicely.
Where's Nancy Guthrie? Ask her family because they're playing some games. I mean, come on. Where is she?
So this is kind of what I was talking about. If you were asking before what's bad with psychic quackery, this is what's bad with it. This person's weighing in. There's still no way to prove that a person's really psychic. There's several different ways to disprove it, but there's certainly no way to prove it. And this person is claiming to be a psychic, and now she's speaking on a missing person who is potentially dead or whatever, and she's adding to the chaos by saying any of this stuff, by claiming to know any intimate details. This is evil. This is objectively evil.
Where isn't she? They know where she is. She's already been found, and they're doing something else with it. And I don't know what, and I can't.
Right, so if she uses nebulous language to describe a person having been fucking dismembered, and then she's like using other words for the body, like maybe that's like a surface level, like, oh, I'm trying to make myself sound more professional or something, but she's being fucking crazy right now. Oh, that woman's chopped into little pieces. Oh, she's just spread all around. Where isn't she? Like she's fucking spilling tea with her goddamn neighbor.
I can't speak to that. I can't speak to it. So I said she's deceased. She's been deceased since like day 3. 1, 2, 3.
You don't know that.
48 hours after she left. And they all know it. Okay? Everybody knows it. They just don't know where the she is, and they're trying not to tell the person who did it. Where's Nancy Guthrie?
I was watching a video from Stanford professor, and he said something like schizophrenic tendencies is associated with spirituality and being shamans, so maybe these psychic folks actually buy their own lies. Well, no, I mean, yeah, okay, those are several different issues there. First of all, don't appeal to authority. Just because some professor says something doesn't make it true. Do your research. But also, schizophrenic tendencies are not exclusively associated with spirituality. They're associated with like hearing voices, seeing artifacts, auditory and visual hallucinations, and associating sense memories with things that you cannot determine the source of. And shamans, I mean, you could say that some, you know that shamanism is around right now, right? You know that there are tribes that have shamans. Like a lot of the First Peoples Nations, Central American tribes have active shamans that are practicing their faith right now. So you could go and ask one. But I wouldn't say that there's a correlation. It's like how the scammer that we were seeing earlier was saying that you're going to have some success in a creative endeavor. Most people who are online all the time might have some amount of creative bones in them. There may be some who are more creative, there may be some who are less creative, but most people are going to be creative. Just because a bunch of people are online doesn't mean that everybody is going to be a part of some same group. Which is like, that's like saying like, what are, you know those things that were on tests back in the day where it was like every, let me try and think of one. Every this is a this, but not every, it's like every A is a B, but not every B is a C, and then not every C is a A or B, but every C could be a A, and then every C could be, I don't remember what those things were. I wish I knew the name for that thing, type of question. Point is, shamans may exhibit some of the traits of people you think make up shamans, if you've generalized, but that doesn't always mean that. I was mentioning that a Stanford psychology prof says appeal to authority, you're kind of forcing the fallacies. Well, no. If you say to convince someone of something, if you say to deliver a fact, I was just watching a video about a Stanford professor that said something, and you're saying that you believe it, then I would say be careful of running afoul of a appeal to authority fallacy. Because later on, if you have to argue with someone, and they cite an author, or they cite a study person, or a professor, or a documentarian, you can then say, well, that doesn't mean that they were right. You know? I'm not saying that you're wrong, and I'm not saying that you are appealing to authority. I'm saying that people could see that. That could be a thing. If I say X is true because professor says it, fallacy. Yes, correct. Sorry, maybe I'm putting out a fire before it existed, but if you're already giving me the red flag that it seems like you're trying to prove God in an indirect way, then forgive me for thinking that you're also going to engage in a fallacy as well. But statistically, that's the most likely case. So I'm just prepping myself. Forgive me for being guarded, but this happens a lot. It's not just you. I'm gonna get some more water. Yeah. I'm not trying to prove God. I'll believe it when I see it. Hua! I mean, either way, if you like Charlie Kirk, then I'm probably, you know, right to keep you at arm's length. And if you like that dude who was rapping.
Your spiritual guides have a message for you, and it's about that person that you don't know what to do with. This person is extremely weak when it comes to you.
What does any of this mean? What is crams, Jay? What? What is happening? I must know. I don't like Charlie Kirk. That was a joke. Yeah, I mean, you went on a while about it. The thing is, you can't troll in a... trolling is not very effective in a channel that has no viewers. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no status quo to reference, so I have no way to tell if somebody's being honest or trolling. See what I'm saying? It has to be at least a little bit obvious. Otherwise, it just seems like you're flip-flopping and sounding really weird and crazy. So, I mean, I would say, like, if you're going to do that, then you got to pick a channel where everyone's going to pile on you for saying that, you know? As opposed to just, hey, random creator, we are Charlie Kirk.
Your spiritual guides have a message for
really
you,
strange.
and it's about that person that
I don't
you
need
don't know what to do
keyboard
with.
shortcuts.
This person is extremely weak when it comes to you and them. They don't know how to act around you. They don't know how to be around you. When they are with you, they feel like they're at lost at words.
Go. Now you're gonna shuffle the cards. Okay.
This person does
So
feel
you've
like you and them have something that's
you've
very
started your
special,
reading before
but
you've
they don't know how to express it.
shuffled your cards.
And I have a very strong feeling this person is someone that you're meant to be.
Why
with.
you
I'm picking
why
up
do you
on a
keep doing
very
this?
strong
Stop
soulmate
shuffling the
connection.
cards.
Now, before I continue on, I do want to share some details about you and this person, just to give you a confirmation that this message was truly for you. Number one, I am seeing that either you or this person is a Pisces, Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, or
Let me just go ahead and say half of them, so I at least have a 50-50 chance. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Sorry, I thought it was obvious. I put like 29 car emojis in all those. You have heard me say that I spend almost no time online. And you think that I'm supposed to know what a car emoji means? I don't even know what most emojis mean. Regardless, you gotta feed me information. Otherwise, I'm clueless.
Virgo. And picking up on the initials R, C, A, M, S, and J. I mean, like, wow.
Right. Okay. So all the most common ones, as I said before, and then let me just pick 5. I gotta put 5, just because if I put 6, they're gonna know. If I put 6, they're gonna absolutely know that I just wanted to have 50-50 shot. So I gotta at least give myself a little bit of a handicap while I'm putting way too fucking much rouge on my goddamn cheeks. Maybe learn how to do your own makeup and tan. Holy shit! Before you start giving psychic advice. This is what Tammy Faye Baker looked like. Let me see, watch. This is so mean. This is so mean. Tammy Faye! Ah! Jesus. Ah, God. Ah, Jesus. Learn how to wear makeup. Why are these shades all wrong for you? Why did you pick the most wrong shades? And do you put foundation on your neck?
This person is really going through it. They have never felt this connected to someone before.
Now, I hate to make aspersions based solely on somebody's looks, but this... Who taught you? Who taught you? Was it an Armenian grandmother? Don't critique her rouge. That's the outcome of society. That's the outcome of a society that's messed up. Misapplying rouge is the outcome of, is one of the moral failings you were talking about when we don't have God. That's one of the moral failings. When somebody doesn't apply rouge correctly, or use a tone that's correct for their skin. That's what is a failing of society. Okay. Interesting.
I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but
ban this idiot.
This person is
dude, your username says that you should be banned.
Trying to replace you or do anything they can to get over you, but they just realized that there is no one else like you.
Says the guy with this username.
This person knows they have messed up in this connection, and now they're wanting to make things right.
What is this chaos? If the guy saying Hitler was right says you should be banned, maybe that's canon. Maybe you really should be banned. My handle was auto-selected. crying. I could not have come up with a better response. I could not have written that. And I write things. Or at least I try to write things. I could not have come up with a better fucking response than my handle was auto-selected. Oh my god. See, now that is a troll. See, this is a troll. Can you please teach Coffee how to troll? Like, this is fucking god level trolling. Oh my god. Dude laughing at a neo-Nazi's jokes. Well, first of all, we don't even know who this person is. They could be a person who is part of an improv group who is doing research for, a project that they're writing and may have no ties to any political or ideological set of beliefs. And they didn't make a joke that was at the expense of anybody, right? It's really the username is super offensive. And the fact that they seem to be feigning innocence by virtue of being dumb or ignorant or whatever, not perceptive enough to realize that that's the username that you're choosing, and thinking and just saying that it was auto-selected is insanely funny. Even if you hate that ideology, it was still funny, right? And so, like, the second I see them say something Nazi-coded, it's very clearly going to result in the ban. But, for now, the sheer offensive absurdity of the username telling me to ban somebody else because of how that is perceived to that person with the disgusting name, hilarious, and then saying that the handle was auto-selected is just a fucking confluence of hilarity. Alright? So forgive me for laughing at something that was funny. Humor isn't tied to political ideology. You're right. Because there have been 0 conservative comedians who have actually been funny. So, correct. See, that was a... Did you like my little yoke? Did you like my little yape? My little joke? My little yape? My little jape at the political ideological opposite to myself? Very educated, very smart, very chin-scratch worthy. I'm not even a troll. No, you're not yet. With some training, you could be. You very well could be. It's going to take a little bit of listening, though. It's going to take a bit of listening. You're going to have to do a little bit of menteeing. All right? But maybe the Hitler guy can take you under his wing. You know? You should be so lucky. I didn't want to look at the lady's stuff. The lady. Shock therapy. There you go. So just for the record, you know, if you're just joining or if you're just rejoining, tarot's not real, magic is not real. You know, the Bible is probably the bigger scam because people have made much more money off of the Bible than they have tarot cards. What else? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I could say to just sum everything up. Yeah, of course. So, you know, I got to put my contact information up there just so that you can get a hold of me totally, because I'm not going to charge you money or anything. Okay, well, I speak very rudimentary Spanish, so I probably won't... Wait. Oh, okay. No, but I don't want to read.
Wow. We have lots of cards.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Wow. And Luna reminds me so much of that. She was just in here, but now she's downstairs. Anyways, Taurus. Okay, let's dive into this reading. We have Mercury going in the microwave this week. Okay, so hide your kids, hide your wife. All right.
What?
We have a lot of conjunctions happening to the North Node in Pisces. So there could be some fated connections, fated experiences and moments.
This started out so crazy. I don't even know what to say right now. Hang on. Let me just rewind this so that you can...
Wow.
Okay, so that you can just see how this unfolded.
Lots of cards coming out. You know what that just reminded me of? Have you guys seen that TikTok where the cat's like, meow, 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 meow? And Luna reminds me so much of that. She was just in here, but now she's downstairs. Anyway.
Nobody cares!
Taurus. Meow, meow, meow. Okay, let's dive into this reading. We have Mercury going...
Oh my God. An alien invasion just needs to come and wipe us all off the earth. I swear to God. If this person is charging ʻtæroʊ differente. Uh-oh. There's a link tree. Uh-oh. Yes, I'm still listening. Click here if you're ready to start reading tarot like a pro, so buy my course. Click here if you're ready to become a money magnet. Buy my course. Click here to join my email list so I can sell you shit. Click here to shop my outfit so I can sell you shit. Click here if you're ready to receive a one-on-one session so I can sell you shit. Click here to join Star Sea Academy? No. Is this a cult? Ew! Is this a cult? She's on YouTube. But it doesn't really appear to be anything. Help save Piglet's life.
This is Piglet and she needs your help. You guys were so amazing with the last GoFundMe, and I know that one of the things we talked about was doing these initiatives where we do good things for good people, good animals, people in need, animals in need. And so I'm reaching out to you guys, my community, to help me in raising some funds to reach the GoFundMe for
Oh, it's not gotten funded yet.
An 8-month-old pocket bully. Basically, she's like an American bully, but pocket size. She's so tiny. She's
barely
so
able to
cute.
breathe.
She was rescued by
Meant to go
one of
towards
my
her upcoming
girlfriends
heart
from
murmur surgeries.
deplorable
Had to be used
conditions. She was in a
immediately.
puppy-
Oh wait, what? Wait. Hold up. Is this your dog? You're a hater. Y-O-U-R-E, my friend. 8-month-old pocket bully with a heart so big. No, snorky, no. Rescued from a horrific puppy mill in Brampton, where the conditions were unimaginable. She spent her entire life sitting in her own feet, building rise on the bottom of the blah 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 blah. This feels like ChatGPT. We put her in a little wagon. Mascot. Can't you afford her surgeries? Like, when you adopt a dog, you take on the responsibility for its surgeries. I'm not sure. Is this... I mean... Right, so she's fought so hard already. Escaping the puppy mill. She didn't escape. You guys, you know, there was a... Right? Wasn't it? There was a thing that happened. She was rescued, right? So, got rescued. Escaping being impounded. Good Lord. I didn't think you were going to go there. Go where? Escaping being impounded, learning how to be a puppy, learning how to trust, and now she needs one more chance. No. See, none of these are things that she had to endure. These are things that were circumstances of her arrival to you. A chance to breathe easily, a chance to run, a chance to live, and blah, blah, blah. This is all ChatGPT. Again, anything you can contribute, whether big or small, helps. So, I mean, I don't think that a GoFundMe for a pup is all that bad. but I also don't think that this is legit. Because if you're willingly scamming people every day for your content, then I'm going to believe very little of the other things you say. Her right lung was filled with pneumonia? Oh, okay. Interesting. Piglet was lethargic, fragile, and fading. We did everything we could here at Ritual to support her. Red light therapy. Hoping to ease her breathing. So, Ritual... in, what was it? In Buscombe? 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 Brampton. I mean, I doubt it's going to be in the same area. No, stop asking me for my location. But it might be in the same state. Okay, so maybe Canada? Ritual. Could this be it? Anywho, sorry, but a spa is not a adequate place. I really just wanted to highlight that a spa is not an adequate place to treat a dog for potential heart problems. And if anything, they probably could have made it worse. So if your dog collapses or if your dog's having trouble breathing, take it to a fucking vet, please. So yeah, I don't know, scamming, I guess. Why are your going Reddit atheist on a GoFundMe for a puppy? This is so absurdly Reddit coded. What the fuck are you talking about? Coffee, are you not actually listening to my words, or are you just... You're listening but not actually, you know, taking it in? Or this person is a scammer. This person is scamming people. Do you not see that? Scamming people. And it's very likely that the campaign that was being run is made up. And if it's not cool, good. Good on her for actually doing something good. But oftentimes, people who are okay with scamming usually are okay with other scamming.
In the microwave this week. Okay, so hide your kids, hide your wife. All right.
Maybe she's a criminal with a heart of gold. Those don't exist. You're still a criminal.
Wow, wow, wow.
Robin Hood didn't give to the poor. That was just part of a story. He gave to himself. He gave to his band of merry men. That's... You need to actually read the things that you trot out as examples, because they're usually pretty bad examples. Oh yeah, Tom MacDonald, such a fucking lyricist. Stop just saying things. Actually know of the things that you're saying. That's step one, my friend. Step one.
Te está ignorando porque está confundido. Sabe que...
Aries, it's looking like there are some toxic patterns that are coming up in your love energy that you're really trying.
Right. So, I mean, it feels very weird that people would be trying to claim that they can read entire groups of people's energies. I don't know where that comes from. I don't know where the... It's the feeling... So that psychologically, human beings, we feel like we have to feel special in order to feel like we have a grasp on reality, right? Is that Hogwarts behind you? It might be. It might be. See, there's there's Norman, Normione, and there's Hector, and David. Is there a character named David? I might have just made that up. Did I make? I think I made all of the names up. Normione. There's Normione. He's right there.
Trying to push back from, all right? I have addiction card, which can be a codependency or a toxic pattern, you know, like a chain that's linking you with somebody. And then I see dating, getting back out there, and a little bit of self-indulgence or self-worth card, all right? This card comes out when people...
But no! Don't, goddamn! Oh, it pisses me off. I really honestly think that these people just went on like Etsy and bought like the preschool version of tarot cards. They don't say what they mean on the fucking cards. That's so fucking stupid. God damn. Oh my god. That's like, oh, I don't want to take the time to actually learn what the cards are supposed to mean. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna full send on this shit. Jesus. I can't wait till VR gets real enough so it looks like real life. It matches your eyes FPS. I mean, we're kind of there, right? What the Vive was, or not the Vive, but like they released one recently that was like a new generation. Steam? Was it Steam VR headset? I don't know. Doesn't matter to me. VR looks dumb. I guess it'd be fun if I had money. But I'm struggling to pay my water bill, so I won't be investing in VR anytime soon.
People are pulling back their energy, thinking about their worth, doing some shadow work on themselves, and choosing to make healthy choices, wanting to be happier. Now, it's interesting, a little curveball here. I do see some suppressing of emotions due to mixed signals and clouded emotions, all right? Maybe someone's hot and cold with you or messed up situation.
So, again, so general that it can relate to anybody. Anybody could be having these issues. Anybody. It doesn't have to just be Aries. It could be anybody.
And now I see more self-nourishing, but I have confessions and someone coming clean towards you, and it gets a little more interesting in the bottom of the deck here. We're going to dig more deeper into it, guys.
No. I don't understand where this weird mentality is coming from, where you're just supposed to like, oh yeah, you know, it totally looks like you're gonna see some you know, action of and it's gonna be like this, and then yeah, I'm totally, you know, you're also gonna be self-indulgence, but also there's some chemistry to it, you know, don't worry about that, and also some intimacy, and it's gonna be really intense, and there's gonna be so much stuff happening, and it's all gonna be great for you, and there's gonna be a windfall of cash, and it's gonna be big, and it's gonna be at least $10, it's gonna be maybe $100, and your mom's gonna come talk to you, and your dad's gonna come talk to you, and then your dead dad's gonna come talk to you, and then your grandparents are going to come talk to you, and then the earth is going to open up and swallow you whole, and then you're going to end up in the underground, and you're going to get trapped in a cave, and you're going to drown because there's going to be too much water, and then Hades is going to accept you into his realm, and then you're going to learn how to fish with Hades, and then you're going to own a boat. You guys are both going to own a houseboat together, and then you're going to get into a fight over crockery, and he's going to send you back to Earth, and you're going to wake up in your bed, and then you're going to talk to the rest of your family, you're going to tell them about your story, but they're not going to believe you, and there's going to be some confusion there, because you're going to wonder why your family doesn't believe you, and they're going to say, well, it's because you just recounted a story like Virgil, like as if you had come to the underworld, and then you had come back to Earth, and then you had gone to hell, and then you came back from hell, and then you went back to Earth, and then you woke up in your bed, and then you went home alone, and then we left you home alone, and then we came back, and you said, Merry Christmas, I love you, Mom, and then you got lost in New York, and then you got lost, and you got abducted by the same criminals, and then, but it wasn't the guy with a shovel who saved you, it was fucking your own ingenuity. You know, like, that's not how you read tarot. You're actually making it more complicated on yourself as the scammer, which I guess is like, it lends more credibility to the scam, but at the end of the day, it's still a scam. Okay, maybe don't have the breasticles on the screen, you know? There we go.
This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. Okay, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. It's a collective reading. Hi, I'm Jules, I'm an intuitive tarot reader. You can find me for personals in the link in my bio.
Right. Intuitive tarot reader really just means even bigger bullshit artist. I don't know, because that means that you're just assigning your own interpretation to the cards. Like you're just imagining what they could be meaning. It's like if I went like this. Oh, This is divine authority. You're gonna be really generous and giving, and you're gonna have so much organization that it's gonna be crazy and blah blah blah. If I just started making up a whole bunch of shit, not actually knowing what the Eight of Coins is about, then that's what intuitive tarot reading is. Bullshit.
Okay, 10% off if you sign up for the email list.
Oh, selling the readings. Interesting.
And urgent calls on top call. All right, so now we see unconditional love, fairness and love. This is what you guys are really going after, what's coming up in this energy. And here we go, more truth and communication. The Sword in the Rose is close to like the Ace of Swords, where someone is, I just heard spill their guts. Someone's about to spill their guts. You may be getting some clarity.
So you're saying that you are suffering from a mental condition?
Revelations, and it does look like a lot of contact from someone who was in self-sabotaging energy, someone you had a lot of frustrations with and is probably still watching you with that sunglasses card. And I do see wedding rings and separation. Now, for some of you,
this is like the a see and say, like where you have to like you have to you're just, oh, I really gotta quickly look at this. Oh, it's sunglasses on a tarot deck. Sunglasses! Yeah, it's the picture of the martinis with the 2 straws sticking out of one glass that I'm gonna go ahead and start interpreting now. Yeah, let me look at the shrimp fucking cocktail card, and then I'll tell you what your future holds. Holy shit. Stop paying for tarot. Like, for real. Stop paying for tarot, guys. Don't do it. You know, just don't even do it. Just don't even think about doing it. Alright? Don't pay people for tarot. It's bad. Alright? Tarot's bad. People are bad. Tarot people are bad.
this is going to be this person might have been in a serious commitment, and hence the separation, uncertain future, missing each other, maybe a little bitterness, sadness.
You know what? I bet you those are sold like dog-eared and faded, because this is like a well-made paper. Like it's thick. It's never gonna be like, I just don't think it's ever gonna be dog-eared. But like, in contrast, look at the book, the interpretation, the book, like where you interpret everything. Like that spine is well worn. That is a well-worn spine. I have cracked open this book many dozens of times. You see the contrast? But I guarantee you they sell these cards like already aged like
things of that nature. Or they wouldn't commit in general, you know, or you guys weren't in commitment with this person. Okay, take it how it resonates. I do see some type of evolution forming, so let's dig in and see.
I get the feeling you don't like me.
Right? There is some type of another.
I don't know you enough to not like you.
Energy here that's been suppressed. Spirit, what is this?
Don't be parasocial. We are not friends.
Person want to say to Aries? What's coming out here? The upcoming energy with this person. Let me see. As a collective. All right.
What person?
Is ending. Okay, so we have the ending acknowledged, and I see the past. Okay, interesting. So let's see.
Doesn't mean you haven't said anything.
All right. If this person was dealing with another person, all right, another energy around this, is very likely, or whatever karmic depths they may have, cause and effect. Something they want to talk to you about that past, something is likely over with that combination. And I do see conflict.
Okay, so we went into an even stranger place. So what we did was we went to... I'm back. I said bye earlier, but YouTube dropped that message. I don't know why the fuck it's doing that. That's not the first time it's happened. Yeah, I know. I feel hated through the screen. That's called projection. You might dislike some aspect about yourself, and you are attributing that to me. I feel nothing towards you. I feel neither joy nor sorrow.
clashes. There may be still tensions.
I have not made up
with this person,
any
but I
opinion
also
about
see
you whatsoever.
obsession and infatuation in their energy. So you're gonna get clarity on this, and there is.
She isn't saying anything. She's actually saying nothing about anyone. She's actually saying nothing about anyone. She hasn't said anything. She said like there's some confluence of things and there's all these fucking complicated concepts and words, karmic balance, cause and effect. Oh yes, definitely. Like, that's it. She didn't say anything.
Hay una persona hablando con tu pareja a escondidas de ti.
There's a person speaking with you. Pareja escondidas de ti. Of you, in regards to you, but I don't know what pareja a escondidas means.
Or someone's love language is giving.
Can you do my reading if you don't hat me? Well, I don't know how to use hat as a verb, so I could never hat you. But yes, I can do reading. That's literally why we're here. You've been here the entire time, and this is the first time you've asked for a reading. Insane. Okay, I mean, I just need like your rough age, like, or just whatever age group you may be a part of. I'm in my 40s, so therefore I showed you mine. You don't have to show me yours, and you don't have to give me an age, but it'd help. Makes the magic powers more accurate. All of these magic powers that I'm using. 21, alright. 21, son of a gun! Alright, well, I'm shuffling the cards. Just tell me to stop whenever you feel like you're ready for me to stop, and I will then pull some cards for you. I do 3 cards, and I'll show you exactly how we set it up when I'm done. Your 40s, you should have said that earlier. I wouldn't be doing internet lingo. You thought I was a troll. Right. Right. I said I was old. Alright, we've stopped. Shablam! Shablingo! Kablooey! Those are your 3 cards. Congratulations. Now pay me! So, here's how we set this up. The first card, which it'll look to you to be the last card because I think I flipped the camera. Let's do another flip. Let's do a horizontal flip, because then it'll actually make sense. It didn't make sense. Hang on. What do I have highlighted? Oh, here we go. Transform. Flip. Horizontal. There we go. Okay. Much better. All right. So, the first card is the question or the intent. It's sort of, even if you may know, like, the kind of thing that you're wondering about, or the kind of thing that you have, in the back of your mind that needs to be explored, whatever you're processing, you may not be able to articulate that fully. And it could just be that you don't really know what you're worried about. That's really all this is about. It's just the first step on the journey. And it could be that you ask the deck a question. It could be that you are just walking in and you're just saying, hey, can I get a reading? None of that matters, really. What matters is what this card says. So we got to get it started. So let's get it started. Remember that song? I'm going to say no. Wait, yeah, you do. If you're 21, that means that song was in your life? Don't cyberbully me. Alright, so what I do is, I read from the book, right? And then I'll give you my own sort of interpretation of what that means. And if you want me to because you already know that we're here debunking scams, so I don't need to tell you that magic is not real, or that cold reading is not a mystic thing, and that it doesn't tell the future. So, I mean, if you want me to explain all those intimate details, or the thought process while I do this, feel free to ask, but we'll do that at the end anyway, so it's not really that big a deal. All right, the King of Swords has reached the height of his professional life. A powerful person of esteem, he has honed his ability to control his mind and holds all people to the highest of ideals. His brilliant intellect generates endless energy, while his reputation for fairness earns him the trust of others, especially when they are faced with difficult decisions. Though viewed as cold by some of his closest relations, this ability to forecast results in consequences far into the future and makes him an indispensable ally. If you are open to a fair decision, even if it's not in your favor, the council will be essential. And this is inverted, so it means, typically the opposite of whatever that blurb says. Selfishness, oppression, threat, callousness, stubbornness, and scheming. So, the question or the intent, right? It could be that oppression, threat, callousness, stubbornness, scheming. So, it seems like, I don't know, really. It's kind of hard. It's at odds with its meaning, or it's at odds with the foundational meaning, which I've kind of, maybe I guess I've sort of seen this pattern with you already, like, it seems like you have a bit of some like self-centered quality that urges you to say things, or that urges you to go places in conversations, in social groups with people where you feel uncomfortable, where you feel as if you're an active oppression, or you feel as if you're being perceived as a threat, right? You may not see yourself that way, but others may see you that way, where because you may have an air of authority around you, you might think that you're expressing something in an air of confidence, but other people see as callous, stubbornness, or sneaky. You get what I'm saying? Like, the meaning of the King of Swords, in general, is just that they are a stalwart forger of onward progress. And this could actually be to their detriment, because if you rush headlong into something, you're very likely to encounter difficulties in the future, right? But when it's upturned, it's a bit of a self-contradiction, right? I was making a Tom McDonald joke since he was a Canuck MAGA supporter. I thought it was a one-line punchline. It wasn't a very good joke. It seemed like you were actively trying to convince me that Tom McDonald was good. I mean, I kind of like was hoping that it was trolling, but it wasn't obvious. And it's got to be at least a little bit obvious, especially if you're the only person here, If there are other people watching, like if there's 10 or 15 viewers, then I don't even have to engage and I can see how the jokes progress, But if it's just randomly, hey, you should check out Tom McDonald, he made a really good song, I have to take it at face value. I don't have a frame of reference. You know what I mean? It's just you gotta be better at it with bigger channels. Tom McDonald is famous in the new generations. You wouldn't get it because of your age. Well, yeah. I'm old. I'm an old man. Anyway, so yeah, it seems like you have a loud voice and you have a lot of knowledge on things, but when you try to communicate those things, you come off as stubborn or callous or arrogant, like you know too much, And I think it's really just a thing that you attribute to other people because you think they see you that way, but maybe that's not even happening at all. Let's figure that out. I bet you I'm on the right path here. Oh, the Seven of Coins. I don't know why I expressed any kind of gasp or shock there, because I don't even know what it means. Seven of Coins. All right, let's look. With dirty hands and rolled up sleeves, the farmer assesses his creation. He recalls the process that brought these seeds to maturity and the time, money, and effort it took to bring them to full growth. Your work may be nearly complete, and you desperately crave the reward, but you must still acknowledge that work well done takes time and often has its own schedule. Something in your heart tells you that you that your fruits have not yet fully ripened. Get it, girl. Thought you were 28 and a half. I'll take that as a compliment. Be patient and keep working. Your wait is almost over. Hard work destroyed by impatience. A failed venture. Financial casualty. Vulnerability. Well, it seems like... I don't know. It seems like you may be like a crypto kind of person. Like, do you ever engage in like get-rich-quick schemes or things that people call schemes? Or are you a salesman? Is sales part of your life? Because it seems like there's this man, or not, I don't want to misgender you accidentally, but there's this person who is an authority about the thing that they're selling, right? But maybe it seems hollow. Maybe it seems like hollow to you, or no, hollow to others, but not hollow to you. Does that make sense? There's a man, there's a man here centered in this air of authority. But perhaps they feel like it's a ill-gotten authority, or perhaps they see people assuming that it's an ill-gotten authority. Like maybe you got a promotion at work and people don't think that you deserved it or something, right? This is kind of like destroyed by impatience. Actually, it's more like you invested a lot of time and energy into something, and because time was growing short, you wanted to see it done, and it got done, but it was ruined because you had to rush it. So you could also be in game development. So yeah, your hurdle seems to be that you rush ahead. Again, really just like the King of Swords. It says that, he rushes ahead, right? Failed venture. Yeah, that kind of still points me back to like this idea of something temporary, or a project, or a creative venture or something, a collaboration maybe, that didn't necessarily fall apart, made it to the end, but perhaps didn't pan out, Didn't pan out to you the way that it was supposed to be. Software engineering. Well, I mean, that can be pretty cutthroat, right? The Hermit. So, hopefully it'll all make sense with the third card. If it doesn't by then, it just means it wasn't a very good reading. And I'll apologize. But let's talk about the Hermit. What are you? You're 9? The cards don't lie! The Hermit withdraws into a silent forest to completely enter the world of his heart and mind. In solitude, time slows down and he can wander freely where his soul leads. Listening clearly to the timeless voice that too often gets lost in chaotic... Oh! You're pretty... I would say that you don't want to be in leadership. Is that correct? You don't want to be in charge of things. You don't want to be turned to for advice or to help with things that other people are considering problems. In solitude, time slows down. He can wander freely where his soul leads, listening clearly to the timeless voice that too often gets lost in chaotic everyday life. Resolute and fearless, he searches for the things that hide in the shadows and the crevasses of his ego. The things that don't want to be found. Then I don't know, man. I don't know what this is trying to say. He will at times be shocked and disheartened by what he uncovers, but if he truly wants peace, he must be open to the truth he finds there. So in the end, right, we have quiet solitude, a willingness to let go of fixed views. Okay. Impatience, petulance. What was that? Impatience, petulance. 7 coins. Hard work destroyed by impatience. Failed venture, financial casualty. vulnerability. I mean, this really just reads like a startup, or it reads like a failed business and then like absolution. Like, does that connect with anything? Like, it's a failed project. You're in charge of something, but you being in charge of something might have ruined that thing. But if you... Weird. I don't blame you for the bad reading since you don't have much contextual information about me. I'm sure you saw me in my mannerisms. You'd have a better way to go. I don't have a failed business. I'm highly risk averse. I don't think that you really... Hard work destroyed by impatience. A failed venture, financial casualties. So you're going to tell me that you haven't had a recent project or endeavor fail. And you're going to tell me that it didn't involve money to some extent. Or at least that's not something that's existentially on your mind right now. Well, if you say you're highly risk averse, then that's probably something that you're constantly thinking. King of Swords. And that also kind of like doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Selfishness, oppression, threat, callousness, stubbornness, scheming. So I mean, try to think about this as the opposite and let me know if that sounds like you at all. Or I guess I'll try to make it the opposite. Even if I have a project fail, I'm always getting that bag. Right. But, okay, does that mean that you're not listening? Was it destroyed by your impatience? And is that something that may happen again? I mean, ambition is completely different from what reality is. Sometimes we may be so gung-ho about something that we might risk it in the end by being so gung-ho about it. You know what I'm saying? This tells me that you either believe you're in a place of leadership, right? Okay, by any impatience. It just says hard work destroyed by impatience. It doesn't say whose impatience. It's reversed. Okay, you can't read that, but... Is that... Nope. There. See? Hard work destroyed by impatience. Not specifically yours, just... See, I'm just trying to figure out how to pull meaning from that. And then this is the other one. The reversal is selfishness, oppression, threat, callousness, stubbornness, scheming. And then for the Hermit, where are you at? And then for the Hermit, carelessness, quiet solitude, a willingness to let go of fixed views for the sake of peace, reassessment, illumination, focused attention, introspection, silence leading to clarity. You may be in a position of leadership, but you might not deserve it. Other people may realize that and don't really like you. Do you feel like your staff likes you? Because it's like selfishness, oppression, threat, callousness, stubbornness, scheming. This feels like how other people perceive you. You know, and that's a hurdle for you. But if you say you always get that bag, it might not always be a constant hurdle. You're not in a position of leadership. Then I don't know, man. School projects? Are you in college? Do you find yourself taking a leadership role in school projects? Or, again, creative endeavors? It could also be that maybe you're actively not connecting with this stuff. Okay? Perhaps. Are you being honest? because every single reading I've done has been spot on so far. You would be the first person that couldn't connect with any of this stuff. Just saying. Could also be that maybe I'm not as perceptive because I'm fucking flu-addled, but I doubt that. Tend to be pretty good at this stuff. Destroyed by impatience, a failed venture, financial casualty, vulnerability. Hard work destroyed by impatience. Hard work destroyed by impatience. You don't your mind doesn't have to be spiritual. You just have to be able to recount things in your life. All you got to do is just have a mental seeking bar and just go all the way, just go back and then go forward. That's all it is. It's not spiritual at all. Not at all. It's more introspective than anything. So, let's see. Nothing at school. King of Swords. Do people ever call you selfish? And do people ever treat you as a threat? Or as callous? Like you don't care about things that are important? That other people think are important? Ever? Quiet solitude. So, I mean, the hermit at the end may mean quiet solitude for you, but I think you've got a lot of learning to go along the way. You know? No. I'm not asking you if you perceive yourself to be. I'm asking if anyone else perceives you to be selfish or a threat or callous. Has anyone in your life ever accused you of being selfish, a threat, or callous? Do you feel as though anyone in your life has ever equated you with a threat? I'm not saying, did you ever think of yourself as those things? Did anyone else ever accuse you of being those things? That's what this is. It's not saying that you are any of those things. It's saying that the people around you believe that you are those things. Nobody sees me as selfish ever. Then you're just no-butting, dude. Do you know what that is? Do you know what yes-anding is? You're really just no-butting. You're never seen as a threat, but you always get that bag because your projects always succeed? Now you're contradicting yourself. People would absolutely see that as a threat. I'm telling you, the cards don't lie. It's not spiritual. It's just statistical analysis and pattern recognition. That's all it is. It's basic perception. Everyone has been selfish at one time or another. That's not... You're not... Helmet, don't help him! I'm never seen as a threat. How do you fucking know that? How do you know that every single person who's ever interacted with you never sees you as a threat? I honestly cannot remember ever being called selfish, I swear. I'm gonna call bullshit on that, dude. In 21 years, nobody's ever called you selfish? That's fucking bullshit. See, like, you gotta do these readings in good faith, man. Like, you can't just, like, say no, but. No, but. No, but. Clearly, you think that you deserve to be big and bad and the best and, the alpha male. And your hurdle is that people aren't going to see you that way. And the outcome means you're going to be alone. And you like that. You like being alone. You want to be a hermit. Nobody sees me as a threat since I'm a very agreeable person, always soften my language. Then I don't know what you want from me, man. I promise you I'm not lying. I'm not saying that you're lying. I'm saying that you're probably mistaken. I can say that something's bullshit, and it could just be that you made an honest mistake and aren't remembering correctly. That's fine. I promise I'm not accusing you of something. I'm saying that maybe you don't realize that you might not be connecting for a reason. You know what I'm saying? A better reading would be that I'm a pushover or something, or self-conscious. Not if other people don't see you that way. This is like a power grab. This is an empty shell of a person who is anachronistically given some amount of authority. Like maybe your parents wanted something for you, maybe your work wants something for you, maybe your school wants something for you, and they're shoving you into it, and you feel like you got to play the part. But people who are around you and see you in that role are saying, maybe you don't deserve it. Maybe you have poisoned the well, and it may be good or for bad, for better or for worse, but hermetism seems to be the name of the game. But also, magic doesn't exist, and I'm just, trying to connect what I already know, the mannerisms I've seen from you thus far. I mean, yeah, you called it already. It really isn't easy to get a read on someone just from their age. But, these things have been pretty accurate before. I'm not no-butting you. I genuinely, these don't line up for me. The Hermit lines up, but no, this is the solution. This is the outcome. If you overcome this, because you started here, you will get to this. And I don't need you to say anything, man. You don't have to, try and make your reality adhere to the cards. The cards are there to help you bring something that's back here up here. That's the only reason they're there. If you're not connecting with something in them, that just means that you're not currently processing whatever trauma people might associate with these. Maybe you're mentally stable. But if you're changing your circumstances and they seem somewhat self-contradictory, then I will call you out for no butting. So I mean, if you genuinely didn't connect with any of that, then fair enough. But you also might not be realizing what other people are seeing in you. You may be thinking that people aren't noticing or not perceiving of, whatever it is that you might be passively communicating. But we don't always have 100% attention on the things that we're doing. You're not consciously breathing right now, but now you are. Now you are. How's that manual breathing working out for you? All right, so let's just real quick do the State of the Union reading. I said I was going to do this at the top of the stream. It is now the bottom of the stream. So we're going to do a reading for how the State of the Union's going to go. All right. So if I'm right, or if I make some decent predictions, then you have to come back and you have to get another reading, okay? So stupid. You know what? I said I was going to do it, so I'm going to do it. All right, 3 of coins. A dream is developing and taking root. Oh, fuck. Already I'm upset. A dream is developing and taking root. Nazism. Sometimes. What's State of the Union mean? It's when the president goes on national television and everyone watches at the same time, and he talks about how the country's doing. A dream is developing and taking root. Nazism. Sometimes called the craftsman's card, the 3 of coins represents a masterful elements coming together to create. So my deck is a Nazi. My deck is clearly a Nazi. Coming together to create something unique and refined, either as a group of individuals or as characteristics within an individual. Oh wait, no, because it's upturned. It's reversed. Inspiration, funding, and expertise are all falling into place, making the time of preparation well worth it, and success of the endeavor ensured. Oh god, this is accurate. This is super accurate. Wasteful of resources, egotism, incompetence, mediocrity, disorganization, prioritizing profit over craftsmanship, shoddy workmanship. Holy shit. Yeah, have a good one, Helmet. I hope that my predictions line up with the State of the Union. Jesus Christ. That was crazy accurate. Again, Wasteful of resources, egotism, incompetence, mediocrity, disorganization, prioritizing profit over craftsmanship, shoddy workmanship. Holy shit. I didn't think it would be that accurate, but here we are. Alright, the Two of Wands. That's my dogs. That's my dogs. My dogs are barking. The Two of Wands represents two choices. Both of the options are sound, but you only have enough energy. Oh, like a two-party system. Holy shit. But you only have enough energy to develop one well. If you take too long to decide, you will lose the opportunity. When the Two of Wands appears in your reading, it tells you that you have enough information and that now is the time to act. Holy shit, like partisanship. Crazy. How did it line up so good for the Big Dawn? I don't fucking know. This is how tarot works. I told you, there might be something that maybe you're not admitting to yourself about your reading. Follow your bliss, trust your instincts, and pick boldly. It is true. Did you do a dark deck or some other magic thing? It is true that you become the choices you make, but first you must make the choice. So it's not in reversal. It means a choice between equal opportunities, a shit sandwich or a douche. Boldness, great energy, imminent fulfillment, a well-balanced person, the world is in your hands. Ugh. That is the hindrance. That is the hurdle. They must overcome well-balanced people. Ugh. The Magician. Reading was dookie. Okay. If you say so. As the first guide on the journey to enlightenment, the Magician reveals the raw symbols of the suits, the tools to which anything can be created. Wands, swords, cups, and coins. The Magician advises that all new creations, if they are to succeed, require more than just skill. They require faith in the unknowable, a magical energy. He urges you to speak aloud what it is that you want, to will it into existence, releasing it from the world of mere hopes and thoughts. The Magician assures that through discipline and surrender, you will become the connection between the earthly and the divine. And it is right side up. Perfect. A promising new idea or creation, willpower and discipline, taking appropriate action, possibility, imagination, self-confidence, freedom. So clearly, from the State of Union, this is who he is, this is who the administration is bad. But their hurdle is a person who is well-balanced in mind and body. I didn't mean body, I was going to say spirit, but you know what? Maybe throw in a set of abs too, alright? So I'm thinking this has to do with, like, he's gonna suck at the State of the Union, and he's gonna just talk about how great he is, and it's really just gonna be a shit show. But if we are able to take a look at the people who are well-balanced, who are reacting in a genuine fashion, who are objective, all that kind of shit, then what we may end up with, I totally forgot already, the Magician, is a promising new idea or creation. Maybe the inception of America 2.0, you know? Willpower and discipline, taking appropriate action, holding people accountable, perhaps? Possibility, imagination, self-confidence, and freedom. Maybe if we embrace a well-balanced leader, we might gain some freedom back. How about it? How about it? Let's see if the State of Union is as much of a shit show as the cards are saying it will be. And it could be that we have someone balanced there at the time of the show itself, who then lights the fire under people's asses that will cause a surge in actual patriotism. And maybe our country will start to get back on track, you know? Maybe Gavin Newsom's doing that extra big stump push, voting stump tour thing. He's been on one. And he's been doing interviews left and right that have been talking about, you know, he's trying to move himself back to the center so that righties will vote for him. So I don't know, maybe it'll work. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows about these things? I don't. Well, Coffee, you know, if after some introspection you still think that the reading is dookie, then feel free to come back and get another one. But this time, maybe we'll get more information about you, and then we'll talk about something specific that you want to tackle, and then maybe we'll be able to get more dialed in, you know? Okay, well, tomorrow is more Mugenics. That's really it. It's just a very casual Mugenics day, and we're going to play some video games, and we're going to maybe debunk some more conspiracy videos. I don't know. Whatever's clever, yo. But yeah, that's the end of the stream today. Thank you so much. Coffee, you stayed for the entire stream. I appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful day. Not the entire stream. Most of the stream. You stayed and came back, right? Whatever it was. Whatever it was. You've been here for a while. I appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out. Have a good one, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your evening and all that kind of stuff. And go do something fun. Gosh darn it. Bye-bye.